ball game between Virginia Tech and Syracuse.
And you know what they say, that whole thing, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. I get the ball back over to Jaden Young and let him continue to do his thing because he's shown that he can go back and forth.
Wants the kick to Burnham, angling his way to the rim for Burnham, just enough to get it over the front rim.
And it seemed like the sea parted when Burnham went
It's a good
down
game.
the middle.
It's a good game right here.
Soft touch to be able to get at the rim, take back that lead.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell is everybody doing today? Hope you all are having a great fucking day. Today, we have the NASCAR Xfinity race from Circuit of the Americas. I forgot to turn my light on. There we go. You got the NASCAR Xfinity race from Circuit of the Americas. But,
Good block by Wessler.
they got this game going. This game is an OT. The Syracuse Virginia Tech game is an OT, so it's taking a while. But it's almost over. It's now a 4-point game with a minute and a half left.
17 points for Hammond in a 4-point lead.
Coverage is starting on News Nation, but it'll switch over to the CW shortly thereafter. I don't have News Nation, so I can't watch that. What's up, Lucas? How you doing?
Next, the NASCAR Xfinity Series rides.
Yeah, green flag is at 2:49 for today's race. Except now they're saying it's at 2:40.
This track is unforgettable.
So I don't know.
A road course that'll put one heck of a hitch in your giddy up.
Yep, Kyle, which will win the season? Me too. Who wins today?
NASCAR Xfinity Series.
That's a good question.
Coming up next, live from Cota, here on the CW.
Let me go with Ross.
A call came in.
I got Ross winning today.
By rookies.
We've got major problems, Detective Hickman.
What is it?
We're out of crime scene tape.
I hired a detective who's chomping at the bit to take the next step in his career.
Oh no. This is my little brother, Henry.
And what about my shield? It's on order.
I'll buy you one from the toy store.
Y'all married?
Brother and sister.
No.
Stay with us. Coming up next, NASCAR Xfinity Series heading to the legendary Circuit of the Americas. High-speed spike non-stop action, kind of like here in Blacksburg. Don't miss the drama, the battles, and the checkered flag. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing from Cota. Coming up next only on the CW. We see that checkered flag here in Blacksburg. We're coming down to the wire. 1:28 to go. Virginia Tech has built a 4-point lead.
All right, yeah, I got the pre-race coverage up on my phone.
At Circuit of the Americas. He may be a rookie, but you won't find many drivers with as much experience as Connor Zillage when it comes to road course racing. And Austin Hill, maybe known for his super speedway skills, but don't count him out coming off a big win in the ATL. And coming up, several Cup Series drivers taking the field today, including your Daytona 500 champion. There he is, William Byron, piloting that number 17 for Hendrick Motorsports today. And welcome inside the grid here at Circuit of Americas. I am Carla Metz, and we could not ask for better racing conditions for the Xfinity Series on the CW right now. Drivers getting ready to roll off here in just a little bit, but we expect some exciting racing today, and we know that because of all the great finishes we've seen in the past.
Yeah, no, I think it will be 2:49 when the green flag is. So I don't know why they said 2:40.
Man of the season here at Circuit of the Americas. All right. The dinger is a ringer on the road. AJ gonna go back to back and win again at Circuit of the Americas. It's Kyle Larson winning here at the Circuit of the Americas. Good job, guys. Wow.
Well, if you're looking for a driver who could challenge the favorite Connor Zillage, look no further than his teammate Ross Chastain. Ross has found a lot of success here at Cota in the Cup Series, finishing 7th or better in all 4 starts, including a win. But the bigger thing is this 9 car is a part-time effort for JRM, meaning this team, well, they don't care about points. They don't have to pick between strategies we typically see split at road courses. They are here just for the win. And Dylan, we know that Ross Chastain Chastain is willing to get aggressive for a checkered flag.
And Kim, last year, this Hendrick Motorsports 17 car won here at Circuit of the Americas with Kyle Larson behind the wheel. Today, it's two-time Daytona 500 winner William Byron who is behind the wheel of this race car. They qualified third. They were actually a little bit disappointed with that yesterday. Crew Chief Adam Wall said William did a pretty good job. He overachieved really with his day yesterday. They've gone to work a little bit overnight to try and be better, made a couple tweaks to the car. William has a couple sections of the racetrack that he wants to be a little bit quicker through. If they can put all the pieces together, I think the 17 should be up front at the end for the second.
Got 30 seconds, 33 seconds left in OT in this Syracuse game. 4-point game. Virginia Tech is winning.
This team is hoping to continue that momentum here today.
I actually was watching like the end of this game. It's a pretty good fucking game.
Feast or famine for Justin. Crew Chief Jim Pullman told me Justin hasn't felt like this is one of his best road courses. Now, he does have a similar setup to his teammates Connor Zilic and Ross Chastain. It's all about racecraft, though. They haven't set their mind on a specific direction strategy-wise. Either way, Dylan, the goal is a top 8.
And Junior Motorsports, Kim, has been so strong this weekend, including Carson Quaffle, who has a better average finish through the first 2 weeks of the year than the rest of the highly touted rookie class. Confidence is sky high again today on the one car. Crew Chief Andrew Overstreet told me this morning, I'm going to have to work hard to keep him reined in today. Carson feels really good about what we've got. 80% is all he said he needs from Carson today until it's time to battle it out at the end. If they're up front at the end, the one team likes their chances, Carla, straight up against the pre-race favorites.
Absolutely, and he said it's my bread and butter. It's what I'm used to. That's what Connor Zilic told me about this race today. He said, I did not start the season out the way that I wanted to at the super speedways, but I expect to win this race today and get locked into the playoffs, and now he is going to lead the field to green. Coming up, we got the command. It's NASCAR's most famous words when the CW returns.
Race fans, here to give the command, a close friend of Focus Health, Matt Ferret. Drivers, start your engines.
Here we go. Engines are fired.
You hear the engines revving. We've got racing coming up at Circuit of the Americas. The guys are going to take it away when we come back here on the CW.
Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible.
Come on, let's just finish this game already.
Gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma, karma you can count on.
Malachi, you're back. I thought you were gone forever.
Italian restaurant with outdoor seating nearby, and text it to Luca.
Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a dad. I deliver packages and flowers, and I'm a Mando customer. I was loading a package car, and my driver came through, and he was like, "What's that smell?" And I took a quick sniff, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's me!" And thankfully, I found Mando. I can tell you that I always feel confident when I wear Mando. I mainly use a stick on my armpits, but I use a spray all over my body. Mando keeps me fresh all the
So yes, if you guys are looking for pre-race coverage, it's on News Nation right now. They just gave the command. I don't have News Nation on my cable box, but I have it on my phone.
The untrained eye may not see the one as extraordinary, but her goals.
Game's in OT right now. 16 seconds left. 4-point game.
Cheaper facts.
Virginia Tech leading 97-93
Because for the one,
against Syracuse.
maintaining this space transports her to this space. The industrial grade product you need plus 1 million more. Call Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger for the ones who get it done.
You're on the road to a good financial future, but what if you could do better? With Credit Karma, you can see if there are better rates for loans and insurance, and see if you're maximizing your card rewards, so your money goes further into a Credit Karma.
Next, Notre Dame heads to Wake Forest to face a Demon Deacon squad of homes of dancing and lunch. CW Courtside Saturday, coming up next after NASCAR Cota on the CW. Tuesday,
All right, come on, seriously, let's end this game.
And Sean Spears battles Tony D'Angelo for the North American title. This one very moment, oh my God. And SmackDown's Chelsea Green and Piper Niven take on Soul, Ruka, and Zarya. Expect the unexpected. NXT. All new this Tuesday.
So they have a new layout for this race. The old layout that we had, where they have that like kind of like that long straightaway, and that like pointy part. They don't have that. They got rid of that, so it's kind of just like a portion of the track now. But that means that there's more laps today. In today's race, there's 65 laps. Stage 1 is 20 laps. Stage 2 is also 20 laps. That'll be lap 40. And then the final stage is 25 laps. Bob didn't say how much like a fuel run is, so I don't know. I don't know how much a fuel run is.
Another coworker, their zipper.
Don't lie to yourself.
Now that's a plot twist. What the hell is going on over there?
Check the NASCAR channel. We have the cup race set up for live.
You're no fun.
Yeah, Bob's in St. Pete. I know, it makes me sad.
It's a great day in Austin,
All right, so
Texas.
cars are rolling off pit road. 11 seconds left in this game. Just end it. Come on, guys.
CW Sports live at Circuit of the Americas.
6 seconds left.
One of the great road racing venues in all the world, and this week playing.
Oh, we'll have a few pace laps, so.
So good to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon in the broadcast booth with two guys that are really good on the road. Parker Kligerman, Jamie McMurray, I'm Adam Alexander, and there's no denying who the favorite is this weekend. Connor Zilich, 18 years old. Oh boy, has this kid been impressive, Jamie.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and it's been a perfect weekend up to this point. He goes out the very first lap on practice, Parker. We talked about it. Right to the top of the board, he wins practice. He goes out, he wins qualifying. I think the Cup guys that are in the field today are going to have their hands full with this guy.
Well, he is kind of a Cup guy because he's going to make his Cup debut tomorrow. Impressive in practice and qualifying there as well. Let's say this. If Connor is going to get career win number 2 here today, he's going to earn it because this place is really, really difficult.
It is, and it's filled with chaos, and that starts in turn 1 on the start.
There you go. That's going to be the game. Virginia Tech beats Syracuse 101-95. That was a good game, though. All right.
For Xfinity Series Racing, so long from Blacksburg. Next, the NASCAR Xfinity Series heads to the Lone Star State and the Circuit of the Americas.
This track is unforgiving.
A road course that'll put one heck of a hitch in your giddy-up.
All right, now we are full on the CW.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series coming up next.
Getting ready to go green.
On the
You watching Dubai Sports website? No, I was watching on Spectrum app because I have FiOS, but Dom has Spectrum, so I'll log into his sometimes if I don't have a channel that he has or something, you know.
Take the stress out of filing your taxes this year. Let us handle all the tax forms while ensuring you file an accurate return. If the IRS owes you money, we'll make sure you get every penny you deserve. Call 315-689-1625 or visit us on the web at jetaxservices.com.
Save the headaches. Call us today.
I am so thankful we chose McClure to do our kitchen remodel because I really didn't know where to begin. We had so many ideas, but having a project consultant to guide us made all the difference. For our family, the kitchen is a place we all gather. So when we discussed remodeling, I knew McClure would do it right. I really felt like the team from McClure cared and treated our home like it was their own. Whenever we have something to do at our house, we call McClure.
Oh shit, that's weird.
We absolutely love our kitchen, but we can't wait to start on the bathroom.
Our money's worth here today.
And now we say welcome to all those that were watching college basketball on CW. We are live in Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. Today it's race number 3 in 2025 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. With partner Klinkerman, Jamie McMurray, I'm Adam Alexander. Let's get to our starting grid. Connor Zillage is on the pole.
Yeah, we've got Connor on the pole, but I want to go back to row 4. You see Sam Mayer. He's won.
I actually don't have Zillage winning today.
We've been on. He's with the
Yeah, that is odd. I doubt they'll actually show it on YouTube. They'll probably make it private. I remember one time there was an Xfinity race at Las Vegas where the NASCAR YouTube channel, because they always like live stream their race on YouTube, but they make it private. But I remember one time they like forgot to put it private, so people were watching on YouTube for like 30 or 40 laps, and then they finally made it private.
Finished second at Atlanta. Came close to being able to win his first cup race. Really good today in cup practice. Can he get in that today? Didn't have a chance at it. He's been on the headlines all over the place. And then another driver we're paying attention to here is Harrison Burton, who there is in row 16. He's the only driver of 2 top 10s in the first 2 races, but he narrowly made this race after an issue in practice mechanically. A great job by him. It got him in the race, and he's going to look forward to making up a lot of spots.
You talk about Harrison Burton, he's going to the rear. You said the same thing about Jesse Love. In all, 10 drivers dropping to the back because of changes they made to their race cars between qualifying yesterday and the race today. Let's hear from our pit reporters. We begin with Kim Kuhn. How you doing, Kim?
I'm doing good, and as we look at the 16 car of Christian Eckes, when Christian stepped into the Carlick 16 car this season,
So yeah, I'll just show you guys this real quick.
Horse racing, because AJ Allmendinger used to pilot this machine.
This is the new versus the old layout. The old layout's on the top, the new layout's on the bottom. So yeah, they just got rid of that like end section, that pointy section, I guess.
There in the black shirt, that was after practice yesterday, talking to Christian as well as Daniel Dye. Crew chief Alex Jans told me after a little bad luck in the first 2 races, this team is strictly chasing points today. They start from the 10th position, Dylan.
And Kim, it's the first of 4 starts in the Joe Gibbs Racing number 19 for Riley Herbst. Yesterday was an eventful one. Some braking challenges plagued most of their practice session. And remember, Riley is back with JGR after a stint at the Haas factory team. There are some differences in how the brakes are set up team to team, and it took him some time to get adjusted to those differences. They still qualified 9th. We're happy with the overall balance of the car. Seth Chavka, the crew chief, you see there, expects them to only get better the more that the
Fuck Riley Herbst.
Today, and as Riley gets more comfortable in this race car.
And I think about the last few years here, that 19 car has been strong. Joe Gibbs Racing does have a win at Cota. It came year 1 when Kyle Busch took it to victory lane. The Toyota GR Super.
All right, lights are off on the pace car, getting the 1 to go.
And the lights are out, which means it won't be long before we're going to be under the green flag here at Circuit of the Americas.
I don't know how long lap times really are here.
You know, we were talking yesterday about the level of concentration for a driver as you go through these pace laps. Last opportunity to get your head space right, because once the green goes in the air,
lap times were about almost a minute 40 seconds.
Today compared to yesterday,
That's definitely better than it was last year.
Very hot outside here in the Circuit of the Americas. That's going to make the track slicker. It's going to make all that you're doing that race car harder. Remember, this is some of the hottest, most physical racing you will do in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, because the brakes well over 1,000 degrees. The engine's as hot as can be. You're shifting. You're braking at 1,000 pounds of pressure. You're doing so much inside that race car. This will be a very physical day for these drivers.
Let's go back down to Dylan.
And Adam, we've talked so much about the pole setter Connor Zillage, who will
so it's about the same.
And talked about him making his Cup Series debut. I spoke with him before he got in the car and said, how are you managing all of the things that are going on and the expectations of this week? And he said, thankfully I've been busy enough that I really have not had to pay that much attention to it. I've just gotten in these cars and driven and done the best I can every time I'm on the track. And just so poised and so collected for an 18-year-old that has had so much success already at this point in his career. Remember the last time he was on the pole in an Xfinity race was at Watkins Glen last year in the series debut. He won, so trying to keep his batting average from the pole at 1,000, Kim.
Well, Dylan, there's a driver hitting a huge milestone today. Jeremy Clements making his 500th career NASCAR Xfinity Series start. You see him in that bright day-glow yellow 51 car. He was celebrating on the grid before the race with friends, family, and sponsors. He's running a special 500 number bumper sticker on the rear left bumper.
Imagine if Zillage wins tomorrow. Yeah. The sports books are like... The sports books have them at like plus 700, I think. I just think they don't want to have another upset like they did with SVG, where they have to fucking pay out like a shit ton of money to people who bet on him.
Steering pump issues. They're hoping for a smoother day yesterday.
But without a doubt, if he wants to feel old, he should come talk to you, Adam.
I mean, he's only 40, and I might have clicked another digit or two about that.
Your water heater is leaking?
Connor Zilic. I just can't stop thinking about a year ago, qualifies on the pole that truck race, blows turn one. That has to be in the back of his mind right now. He's had to relive that moment a lot.
He definitely has, but I mean, being in the Cup car, he's had more track time today. And that guy, for being 18 years old, is so mature, so relaxed when he gets in that race car and talks about racing. I don't expect him to have any big issues.
Yeah, two things here. The guys on the front row, they just got out of Cup practice. Different brakes, different car, different shifting. They've got to get their mindset where it needs to be and back where these cars were yesterday.
For the top 5 starters from Junior Motorsports, they won the last 2 races on the road. We talk about Connor Zilic at Watkins Glen. In October, Sam Mayer driving the one car for JRM delivered at the Roval. It's time to go.
Alrighty.
Circuit of the Americas front row. Zilic and
Here we go.
Off we go. In Austin, Texas.
Green flag is in the air. We are racing from Circuit of the Americas.
There you see it. They're already fanning out, protecting on the inside for Zilic there for William Byron. But you see a lot of cars 3 wide as they exit out of turn 1.
Yeah, and as they exit off of the racetrack, that's normal. Don't be taken back by cars running over the curbs. That's what these cars do every single weekend. They try to minimize or make the track as wide as possible, and Connor did a great job. We talked about him maybe overshoot that turn. It looked to me like he did it with perfection.
This is where you really want to get sorted out as we get to this new section of 6A and 6B. It's going to be hard to go side by side here. You see Austin Hill on the inside and Taylor Gray there trying to make some moves. 3 wide behind them in the back. That is going to be real tight as they head to 6B here.
Yeah, and Parker, one thing that you have to keep in mind is that the spotters here, like you depend on spotters at ovals, and they can see the whole track. Here you use multiple spotters. They can't see every part of the racetrack, so you're dependent on your mirrors in a section like that 6A to know who's there and who's not.
Blue and white 17, William Byron, Daytona 500 champion, running his first Xfinity race of the year. Jumped to second at the start, but has fallen back to third. It's Ross Chastain in the 9, who's up to the runner-up spot. And here's another one of the JRM Chevys. The 8 red, white, and black machine is Sammy Smith, who was 4th here 2 years ago as a rookie.
And speaking of rookies, look at these two guys right here. Carson Quapple, rookie, ran great in the limited amount of races he did last year. He actually came here and ran a TA2 car to get a little bit of track time. Ran really well in that race. Qualified well here today.
Won the pole that race.
Yeah, and has put himself in a great position today.
And racing with Corey Heim, who drives by in the 24. This is our Toyota onboard camera. Heim running his first race of the year. Part-time effort for Sam Hunt Racing. And he won the truck race here a season ago. Confidence not a problem for this young driver out of Georgia.
He's super fast road course. To see that green and white car going to the inside of Carson Quapple.
Oh, that sucks.
This is what will happen at this racetrack. You get knocked out of phase, as Corey Heim did to Carson Quapple, and suddenly it's not one car that's going to get by you. It's 2 and maybe a third, and Christian Eckes, who's right on his rear bumper. Well, this place is all about rhythm. It's all about being in phase. And when you get knocked out of it, it just compounds over the lap, and you lose a ton of time.
Well, and you're going to have to educate yourself during the race of, is it worth racing side by side through this corner, or do you look in your mirror and see a little bit of a gap and go ahead and just give up one spot versus what happened to Carson right there, where he ended up giving a couple of spots up by racing side by side.
Look down bottom left of your screen.
Dude, stop.
Opening stage is 20 laps. Second stage also will be 20 laps. Final stage.
You're doing too much.
25. Strategy.
Chester, you're doing too much.
Part of the game. You don't have to pit to get fuel within any of these stages because everybody can go at least close to 30 laps. But they will pit early as they play the strategy game and try to gain that track position. 48-19 getting together. Riley Herbst in the 1948, the rookie Nick Sanchez.
Nick Sanchez went for it there into turn 15.
Oh, shut it, Chester. Shut your trap.
There's a lot of opportunity on the braking zone. You think you can get there, but Riley Herbst had already come into the corner. He didn't even know he was going to get there. It's also
shut up.
On the left side of the car. There's the whole right side of the race car that you're trying to look around the corner. So it's an optimistic move, a little bit of contact, but we will see that all day long. And you see some of that dirt, Jamie, on the racetrack. You're also going to see that all day.
Absolutely. And when you see a Sanchez gets to the inside of Riley Herbst right there, as you really enter these.
You see the support drivers gave Brad Perez
missing on so it leads on to the next straightaway and you can exit straight. The problem is it leaves you very vulnerable to the car behind you, and if they're going to shoot inside of you, which we've seen right there.
And most of these teams using 3 spotters around the racetrack. And so the primary spotter usually up in turn 1, but there are spotters other places to help with the blind spots. Side by side for position here. That's Sam Mayer in the green and white 41 challenging Quapple in the 1.
Yeah, and Carson passed him going into turn 1. And I'm telling you, if I'm Carson Quapple in the one Bass Pro Shops car right there. Oh, as Mayer goes in, see again, opened up that entry and allowed Sam Mayer to get back inside of him. But Carson's doing a great job to be able to get back by Sam Mayer. That's a car that we talked about has won 4 of the last 10 road course races. He's as good as they get on these tracks.
That was some awesome racing.
Great racing back and forth.
Connor Zilic leads the way. Chastain, Byron, Allgaier, Heim, the top 5. There's trouble at every turn. Just ask Ryan Ellis, who's going for a ride in the 71.
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California,
Brake pads.
to oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
Dude, stop. Chester, noises will happen. You don't need to bark every single time.
Ace's new Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, now you can get a personal prescription delivered to you from the helpful folks at Ace. You'll get everything you need at our best price each season, guaranteed. From our store to your front door.
Oh, trouble! 14. Into the tire barrier. No caution yet. It will have to be a caution.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield.
Caution.
But at least you can go to SafeLight.
So it was about a 6-minute green flag run to start the race.
Very easy. SafeLight can come to you for free. And our
14.
can replace your windshield right
Who is that? Is that Hocevar? I didn't even know he was in the race. Yeah, Carson Hocevar.
Go to SafeLight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over. Before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight. It's because it's a buffet of all-you-can-eat butterfly shrimp and sirloin steak.
Yeah, that's the reason. I don't get it.
Do you have any idea how much this would cost at other restaurants?
Not really. I'm only 6.
A lot, honey. Lock it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't miss your chance to race for the million.
Finalists, are you ready?
The NASCAR Powerball Playoff is back. Enter now to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway, where you could take home $1 million.
The winner is contestant number 2. This is insane.
The race for the million is on.
It feels amazing.
Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff.
Yet another toothpaste that does not whiten. Girl, this one works.
Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth. For whiter teeth in one day.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. Liberty Mutual, only pay for what you need. And by Toyota. Let's go places. 4 laps into our opening stage at Circuit of the Americas for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And we are under caution. Aerial coverage today brought to you by the Lucas Oil Helicopter. An unfortunate situation for the 14 of Carson Hocevar. Jumped in that ride for Garrett Smithley. Went into the wall, window net down. He's out and done for the day.
Might have had a little help here. Yeah, might have had a little help from Jeb Burton in the 27. I will
yeah.
tell you that
Jeb Burton made
Carson
contact with him.
Opened up his entry on that. Yep. Jeb probably doesn't want to make contact right there, but you're kind of out of
And he just
control on
lost
both
it there.
sides of that. And unfortunately, it put Carson Hocevar hard into the outside barrier.
And I don't think that's going to be the last time we see that today as we go on board here. To your point, he's kind of trying to set up for the corner. Jeb was looking inside, and it's not a hard bump, but it's just, that shows you how little grip is down there. It's older asphalt in that section, so there's less grip when you get on that. And it's just something I think we're going to continually see today. And cars getting together there.
You're vulnerable in that section of the racetrack. You see there was a little bump before they get there. You're already on the edge. It just doesn't take much on entry to get somebody spun around.
Hey, Adam, Jeb Burton changed his name rail to the dog.
Yeah.
It looked like it right there.
Yeah, and Carson felt the wrath. We hate it because we had our trophy tractor onboard camera. That's a Dallas company, so we got to see that car going to the garage.
TrueWork is the most technical workwear in the world. Our innovative layering system is engineered for superior performance, especially in the most extreme conditions. A wicking base keeps you dry and comfortable. A breathable insulated mid-layer keeps you warm and mobile. And an impenetrable shell is a force field against wind, rain, and snow. TrueWork gives you the protection and flexibility you need to conquer the cold and be your best when the weather brings its worst.
What is that? I know that music.
Guys, you gotta see this.
One of 5 immersive worlds in Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
If you're sharing a hotel room with friends, you're also sharing a bathroom, and a mirror, and a tiny hairdryer, and an outlet, and a tiny counter. Get an Airbnb and get more space.
Is that my bestie in a taxi? Fresh blowout, skin on town, she pretty. And my best friend, she a real bad, got her own money. She don't need no on a dance floor.
Had it with your old phone? Ready to be done with it? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any phone, any condition for the new iPhone. Get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, on any plan. Now with Genmoji. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
They're towing Hocevar back right now. Looks like they're having a bit of an issue with it, honestly.
Tell her that?
No.
Yeah, for a young homeowner turning into their parents, the neighborhood.
Or they're just waiting for the field to go by.
Who's visiting the Bergs? That's not their car. Hey guys, who's winning? Now, most of the neighborhood uses Progressive for their cars and house.
She didn't ask.
Oh.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Here he comes, like clockwork.
Okay, guys, instead of getting WeatherTech, I saved a few bucks and got some cheap foreign-made floor mats. But they really stink, so put these on.
Really, Gary? Mom, I'm thirsty. Don't settle for cheap, stinky floor mats. At WeatherTech, we make our floor liners and cargo liners here in America out of pure, non-toxic American materials.
Dad,
Yes,
next time
sir.
get WeatherTech. They don't stink.
You're a good boy. Find out everything we have at WT.com.
Motorsports isn't complicated. It's made up of races where you go as fast as you can, as best as you can, as sideways as you can, and whatever this is. Our team, Toyota Gazoo Racing. We make some seriously fast cars, like this one, and this one, definitely this one. And they all have great drivers, ones that win, like win a lot. Look at all these legends. The hottest drivers right now are him, her, and this guy. They're all part of a big, happy family of speed demons. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Alright. So the lights are off on the pace car, getting ready to go back green.
We're ready to return to the green flag. Drivers making their way from turn 19 up to turn 20, and then they'll make the hard left-hand turn where they enter the Echo Park Restart Zone. Echo Park Automotive, where car buying is easier, better, and happier. Front row, just like
All right.
the start of the race.
Here we go.
Connor Zilich, white 88. Inside of the white
And
green,
back
number
green.
9, Ross Chastain.
It almost looked like Ross got a little bit of a run on the exit. Zilich waited till that line to accelerate. Ross got a little bit of a run on him.
Come on, Ross.
But he's not in the preferred position right here. The 88 is going to have a little shorter line. We'll run him. Well, he's pretty fair.
There you go, Ross.
Pretty fair on
Yeah.
it. As Ross is able to hang on and actually get the lead. This is going to be really...
Oh, shit. There goes Zilich.
Outside. Back to the outside. That was such a powerful move.
Wow. Dude is so good.
And there's contact. 24 a high into the 7 of Justin Allgaier.
That is so dangerous when you head into those S's like that and you get the bad contact like that. You can just fire through the center or get way out of whack as you go through those corners. So great job by Corey Heim to get that gathered up, because we're still too wide throughout the field.
And look who's just behind this group. A couple of guys that know how to get it done on the road. Didn't qualify great. 21 Austin Hill, 00 Sheldon Creed as Chastain takes a look for the lead.
He wants another shot at him here. He's looking down into turn 12. Now they head to 13 and 14, and this is where he just needs to stay close to Zilich. Zilich in the first portion of this race got away a little bit. If Ross can just put some pressure on him, it makes him use those tires, use his brakes too much, and that can really come to his advantage.
So Zilich has run a little bit of a defensive.
Seen anyone scared of a cat? Because this dude has.
Hurt his lap time, but he has to do that the first couple of laps because when you open that entry up, it gives Ross
basically my family has cats. We have
I think that Zilich caught Ross a little bit off guard on the exit too. I think that Ross thought he had the momentum, was going to be fine there, but Zilich did not want to lose control of this race.
But it is a really tough place to go side by side when you get to turn 2. You've got a little bit of debris on the front there.
How concerning is that?
Well, if I were Ross, I'd be like, listen, if you let me go, if you get in behind me, then
Pull up behind me, I'll be the leader and you'll be teammates.
Oh, trouble in the back. Got 3 cars around. Nick Sanchez, the 48's around. Oh, Sheldon Creed's around. The 1's around. No caution. That fucking sucks.
Back down the front straight.
Well, there goes Sheldon's chances of winning.
There was a lot of side-by-side action to that whole lap, and it's tough as you go side-by-side as he's got a rub and maybe a left going
Yep,
down.
Sheldon has a tire rub now.
We'll have to get some shots of what happened back there, but you had so many cars side-by-side, 2 and 3 wide, trying to take advantage of the restart, take advantage of the track, and get more track position, and a lot of times it gets into some contact. This is the 17 and the 24, all 3 wide out of 2, and now they try to get 2 on the S's. Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, that's one of those cases when the spotter, he's probably choked up at that point trying to explain everything that's going on. This is the contact coming off of turn 20.
There's a lot going on.
I didn't really see what caused that.
Well, you had Sheldon Creed was on the inside, Austin Hill. He started to lose it. Maybe
Yeah, Carson Quapple, Nick Sanchez, and Sheldon Creed all went around there, entering the front stretch.
Quapple got involved in that. Sanchez sort of ran into Sheldon Creed as he was sitting there, so it's just a lot of cars in one spot.
But those drivers go from being inside the top 10 to now back around 33rd, 34th, 35th, and a lot of ground to make up. Let's go down to Kim.
Yeah, Carson Hocevar checked and released from the care center. We saw you had a little help in that incident with Jeb Burton. Assess the incident, what happened, and his involvement.
I mean, I don't really know what happened. I didn't have a radio the whole first part of it, so I mean, part of it was probably on me just turning in. But more than anything, thanks to Trophy Tractor.
What do you mean you didn't have radio?
For letting me come drive. The most I was getting it the whole weekend was Saturday. Practice qualify before I qualify my Cup car. So big thanks to them being able to qualify 4th for tomorrow. Unfortunate end, but I guess the only bright side is I'll be, I got 4 more laps of experience, but I'll be fresh and ready to go for tomorrow. So I'm excited. I'm fortunate for those guys to get the.
Wait, NASCAR's not uploading the Xfinity series to its channel? I didn't even notice that, but that's pretty dumb.
To go again, hopefully we'll just, be a little bit better for next time.
We were a little surprised to see the window net drop. It didn't look like a race-ending hit. What was the team telling you? What feedback were you getting from the car to decide that you were done?
I mean, I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't get to recycle and refire, so I didn't know if it knocked the radiator out, and if it did, I didn't know if I was leaking fluid or anything. Right? I didn't know how hard it really was, and it kind of wedged myself under. So I couldn't hear anything, and they're on a tight budget and everything. So if I was leaking or there was an issue, I wouldn't have known or anything. And plus, too, I wouldn't have been able to communicate that, hey, I'm gonna need a push or a way to refire this, because I didn't know if they could hear me. So yeah, I mean, once we were in the tire barrier, I felt like it was done. I probably
could have kept going, you know, but I wanted to be on the side of caution for sure for them, and you know, ultimately hope they, you know, didn't tear up a motor for the next time they have to run it.
Carson Hocevar will shift his focus to the Cup Series race tomorrow.
Well, that was a really long answer for why he got out.
It's longer than the amount of laps he did.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
He talked about the radio issues for the 14 team. Now let's hear 2017 radio Jeff Burton's group.
He's not going to chop my nose every time we go through there. The lap before, he about put me in the outside retaining wall here. I get under him there, and he just acts like I'm not there.
Yeah, all good.
You have Ross winning me too.
That's not what I thought Jeff was going to say, because I feel like most of the time guys come on the radio and they're like, tell him I didn't mean to, it's an accident, a wheel hopped. Jeff obviously was a little bit displeased, and unfortunately for Carson, because of what's happened over the past 2 years of his career, whether it's in trucks or even last week in Atlanta, we saw a lot of controversy with how aggressive he was. You just lose the benefit of the doubt in those situations. But I did like the fact that Carson didn't whine about it. He's like, look, I got it into me. My day's over. We're going to move on to tomorrow. Probably my fault. Yeah, I like that.
Let's go to another driver that's doing double duty this weekend. The race leader, Connor Zilic, just ran the fastest lap of the race. Debris on the grill, not a major concern right now. The pole sitters let them all in Austin.
It's your phone. With Verizon, trade in any phone in any condition. Whole flight info from notes, send to mom. And get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with AI and a watch and tab, all on us. That's up to $1,900 in value. Only on Verizon.
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California,
Brake pads.
to oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
Come on. What are you doing? Trying to watch the game, but my screen's...
Who do you think replaces LeBron as the big star when he retires? Like, you mean for the Lakers or just for the NBA? I mean, I think for the NBA, the next, like, kind of big name that'll kind of be seen as, like, the best, I believe. I don't think he's there yet. I don't think he's there yet, but I personally do believe it'll be Anthony Edwards. After LeBron is passed the baton. I think, I genuinely do think Anthony Edwards has that ability to be like, who is seen as the best in the league.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you.
Right now, I don't think he's the best. You know,
can replace your windshield right
I don't think he's the second. I think he's probably like 5th or 6th best. But
go to safelight.com and schedule
yeah,
now.
I'm high on Anthony Edwards. He has some things he needs to clean up, but you know.
Prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs.
What about Matt McClung? He'll be the dunk contest champion for like 10 years in a row. I don't know.
Now you can get a personal prescription delivered to you from the helpful folks at Ace. You'll get everything you need at our best price each season, guaranteed. From our store to your front door. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
What is that? I know that music.
But as of right now, I think probably the second best in the league is probably like Jokic or Giannis.
One of 5 immersive worlds in Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Imagine a scrapbook full of all your favorite memories of 75 years at Darlington Raceway. Now imagine that scrapbook going 190 miles per hour.
I would say maybe Luka would have a chance to be that guy, but I don't know. I think he's too much of a whiny little bitch to Well, LeBron's kind of whiny too, but
just like they did your first time.
Luka's just too much of a fucking whiny little bitchy
Get your
bitch,
tickets now at
bitch boy.
darlingtonraceway.com.
Looking for a cable news network which respects all Americans? Then you have a new home with News Nation.
Oh yeah, Bronny is probably. I mean, I don't know how Bronny's going to do. It's his rookie year, but I highly doubt he would ever be the face of the NBA.
Over halfway through opening stage for the.
But also, a lot of times in sports, the guy who is like the face of the league is not always the best guy. That's like I'd say. Well, right now, obviously, Shohei Ohtani, and he is the best player. Shohei Ohtani is the face of the MLB. He is the best player. But I'd say before Shohei, like Bryce Harper, I think was kind of like the face of the league. And I don't think he's the best player. I think he's one of the best, but I don't think he is the best. Or was the best. For a while, Ken Griffey Jr. was the face of Major League Baseball, and he was not the best player. Pretty damn good player, but not the best.
This is an interesting story that we talked to him today down in the garage, and he talked about how much help that AJ Allmendinger has been for him, and we asked, you know, like, have you talked to anyone else? And he's like, why? He's like, I've got the best guy helping me. As you see this replay right here of Eckes getting over the curb. Oh, car's up in the air. And that door is already, look at that damage there. Yeah, there's for sure when the car's in the air, it doesn't turn.
Find its way to Spain, yeah, I can see that.
And that caused Sammy Smith to lose his momentum.
But I also have a hard time, like, believing that they won't have Bronny playing, and like he's good for viewership.
Say that it looks like there's 7-8 laps to go in the race, not in stage one. He's been through it.
That's stock cars on road courses. It's full contact all the time here as we look at Riley Herbst and Austin Hill. This a good move to the inside in turn 20. We'll try and clear him on the exit.
I love my dog.
Also have a little more grip out in that late paint, but it's an easy pass. Riley Herbst gets that position.
Hill's raced here 3 times, and twice he's been a runner-up. And the one time he didn't have a good finish, he dealt with mechanical issues. He's a sleeper on the road is Austin Hill. We've seen the last couple of weeks just how good he is in the draft, and he's proven he can do it other places than Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta. But the reality is that this kind of racing, he can hustle that Chevrolet all over the place.
Yeah, and the one thing, Adam, that we're seeing right here is we're 13 laps into this. It seems to me that Austin Hill's car doesn't have the good long run speed, which you want at this racetrack. Riley Herbst maybe doesn't fall off quite so much, and that's going to be a discussion you'll hear people say all race long as the run goes on. You get helpless at a track like this that loses so much grip as the run goes on.
A lot of drivers finding success here in stage one, and one that has really gained a lot of positions from the back, the 39 Ryan Sieg, Dylan.
That's right. They broke an axle in practice. It didn't qualify, but the first run out in practice yesterday was in the top 10, which is a pretty big deal for Ryan, who's not a great road racer by his own admission. But Matt Noyce, his crew chief, told me this morning this is the most confident and comfortable he's maybe ever felt on a road course, thanks to some off-season sim work with road racing ace and Ford factory pilot Joey Hand. So off to a good start. They've had a tough few weeks. Really need some points in the stages and a good finish. May not get him in stage one, but this drive through the field is setting them up nicely for the rest of the day.
Well, you mentioned the last couple of weeks. Sieg really
Austin
good in the
8, Minnesota 4.
It, despite the fact
Let's
they
go.
top 20.
I haven't watched a single spring training game yet this year.
Today, and so is this guy, Jesse Love. Wins at Daytona.
But I will have to because I need to test out some leaderboard stuff for the scoreboard stuff for the streams.
Having to start in the back, you never know in those first couple of laps what's going to happen. He's a really good road racer.
Oh yeah, that game's not over. It's just Red Sox are beating the Twins 8-4.
Able to make his way up, and he's been the benefactor. We saw that crash off turn 20. You get by like 4 or 5 of those cars that are going to be a challenge to pass. Kept his nose clean. Done a great job so far, Parker. And if you're with us in qualifying yesterday, you saw him lock up that right front when he went for that lap. We thought he might be a contender for the pole after his speed in practice, but he locked up the right front a ton. Then he did it again on his second run. That's why they end up having to change tires and start at the back here for the 2. Jesse Love, and he's doing the right thing you're supposed to do in this case. If you have to start the back, keep the car clean, use the long run to your advantage. Although it's only 20 laps, it doesn't sound like a lot. At a 17-turn road course, Adam, that is a lot of time, a lot of corners. Those tires take a huge beating over a run like this, and that's where he's really making up a lot of speed.
could get some scheduled green flag pit stops in just a few laps as drivers try to flip the stage.
Yeah, but the stage, or the pit road will close with 2 to go in the stage, as always.
So good. You look at his advantage, over 4 seconds. And the guy at second, Ross Chastain, he's won a cup race here. This is impressive.
Greg takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story. Hi, I'm Greg. I live in Bloomington, Illinois. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just
You know
felt
who
like I was
Quinn
on my
Cook,
game.
the guy? I don't know who Quinn
Started
Cook
taking
is. No,
Prevagen.
I've never heard of him.
I want people to know that
Probably
Prevagen
should
has
have.
worked for me. Give it a try. I wanted
Heard
to
of
help
Blake
you just like
Griffin.
it's helped me. I've been
He
taking
played for the
Prevagen for
Nets.
8 years now, and it's still helping me tremendously. Prevagen for your brain.
Okay, Noah's gonna make a fire. Our job is to let him do it by himself.
Kind of what you got there?
Greg, it's important to challenge young homeowners turning into their parents.
Not a great start. You gotta turn it. You gotta turn it. Doesn't look structurally sound here.
They can't help themselves.
A fire starter? Okay. You know, cavemen, they built fires with nothing but their wits and their bare hands.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Can't watch this.
To all those who never give a second thought to being the first ones in, thank you. ServPro, proud supporter of our nation's first responders.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free. Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now. From imagination to the track to your driveway. You in?
Say the word and I'll lift you
Move my next meeting to tomorrow at noon and text it to Jen.
What is that? I know that music.
So Riley Herbst is on pit road. I'm trying to do that strategy.
See this.
One of 5 immersive worlds in Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
The Xfinity Series drivers are relentless.
We're just here for one thing only. To win and win the next one and just keep it rolling.
Next Saturday, Justin Allgaier.
It's kind of weird that Riley Herbst is doing that strategy, considering that he's not a full-time driver.
Anything can happen here.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series, next Saturday, live from Phoenix at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific on the CW.
Probably in Europe or Spain or something like that.
No doubt the favorite is Connor Zilich, and the rookie from Mooresville, North Carolina.
Spain's in Europe.
Delivering. Started on the poles, been impressive, has got a huge advantage over second place William Byron, 17, starting to find a little speed late in the run.
And Adam, the thing about Connor Zilich right now is we get the last few laps of this stage, he has a half second per lap on those 3 cars behind him. Well, at times he's been a second faster. It's a half second lap on the guy that won the Daytona 500 earlier this year.
Well, they won the Cup race here last year.
It's not just a guy. It's one of the best in the business. So
You all see Trump did some fuck shit yesterday?
Based on what we've heard so far, he can do that at will.
I actually don't care to fucking. Dude's crazy, but you know he's my president, I guess. He's a crazy president, but he's my crazy president.
Jesse, remember, won that Daytona opener. They can kind of play around with the strategy they use. Danny Stockman told them that gives them an advantage here. They didn't feel like they were going to earn that many stage points, so they're trying to flip the stage.
Saudi.
This is a game plan for...
Damn.
Yeah, Williams was making his stop. It was interesting because before
Oh, someone stopped on track. That's the 35.
front tire going down and coming apart.
That will end up being a caution that will end the stage.
Looks like we have 35 stuck on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's
Caution.
Leguizamo, who's making his first ever start in the Xfinity Series, and the caution is out for the second time today. And it happens with... The question is, did he get in before pit road closed because of the caution?
So it was about a 20-minute and 8-second green flag run around there.
He's going to choose the pit, so maybe they feel like he was there before it closed. And he'll know that based on the light.
But that caution will end up ending the stage, and William Byron will win stage 1. Who's the 35?
All these pit stops scheduled, as Kim said, you want to flip the
That's
stage.
Baltazar Leguizamo. That sounds like a fucking hockey name, dude.
Oh, we're getting told right now that the 88 did not make it, so the red light was on. Maybe Connor didn't see it. It'll be interesting to see exactly how close it is. But I will tell you, if you're watching at home, this is going to be a spectacle to watch.
Yo.
The back, and we'll see him drive back up through the field.
Connor Zilish just got a penalty. Pit road was closed when he entered, and he ended up pitting, so that will be a penalty. Wow. Wow.
And sometimes it's better when you think it's that close, Jimmy. That's when you should just roll.
Well, all right, y'all. I will be back in a few minutes. I am going to go outside and smoke. I will be back for the start of stage 2. But jeez, damn.
And it really was going to be a massive advantage over Chastain and Heim and Mayer, who didn't pit, and they were going to be far behind him. You see that top left of your screen, the green light is on right here, and just as and just so you know, he can abort to the right. It's fair game as long as you don't have 4 tires below the orange box that's kind of in the red paint on the right-hand side of that yellow line. You can go to the right. There's no penalty. He had enough of a lead that he would have continued to be the leader. I personally would have thought that Connor would have noticed that, as close as that is. That's a tough angle. I'll tell you, just where that is and where he's in the race car when you turn in there, and knowing where you sit in the race car, I would be surprised if he could have caught that at the second that it changed, because once you get that close, you really can't see that light.
Here's the deal, though. Pit road always closes with 2 to go in the stage. Now you get this caution here, and there you see the orange box that you guys are talking about. And once you put 4 tires to the left of that orange box, you were committed to pit road. And as Jamie's talking about, and it's a little hard to see with the signage there, but there is a lot of room to the right, as you said, to abort. And we talked to NASCAR about that yesterday. They confirmed for us, as long as you don't put 4 tires to the left of that box, you can go back out, no penalty there. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with strategy now. Does this end the stage? It likely will. And with that, how do you manage the rest of your day? William Byron, the new race leader and all.
When my doctor gave me Breztri for my COPD, I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It also reduced flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breztri.
Liberty. Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance. Liberty.
Hey, kid. It's pronounced Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
No, she's mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's enough, you two.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's 2.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to or help?
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
Welcome to the Proving Ground.
Welcome to fist pumping, cylinder thumping, metal crunching. Some big hits right there. It's all or nothing for 26 weeks of the year.
The wait is finally over.
Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, only on the CW.
Buckle up for one epic ride. Now's your chance to enter CW's Epic Sweepstakes. You can win an unforgettable trip to Universal Orlando Resort, including the all-new Universal theme park, Epic Universe.
Hurry in to the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks and Murano, J.D. Power's most dependable small and mid-sized SUVs, and our best-selling Rogue, a consumer guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. Choose from 6 models under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get a low $229 per month lease on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
To be or not to be? That's the question.
You're being theatrical.
No, I'm not. What's the one thing you want your show to be?
Helpful.
And what's the one thing not to be?
Not to be seen as a know-it-all.
Well, your version of a show is titled Joe Knows.
And every week, thanks to my callers, I do know more.
So, the one thing you want your show to be?
Helpful.
Stanley Law.
He's a cop, she's a con, and together this unlikely duo uses their skills to catch criminals. Catch an all-new episode of Wild Cards, Wednesday, 8/7 Central, right here on the CW. It wasn't 100% when we went to break if this caution would in fact end the stage, but it will, so it's going to be William Byron that gets the green and white checkered flag as he comes off of turn 20 here.
We've been given a wild card with this one.
Indeed we have, and it seems...
So I had to.
But hey, I will say this, we've kind of started the year with 3 wild cards. Daytona, Atlanta, and now Circuit of the Americas living up to what we talked about before we went green, and that is this place is wild, unpredictable. It throws you curveballs, it deals you wild cards. For William Byron, it's his 3rd career stage win on a road course.
But it's not over. If you're William Byron or Ross Chastain, you know that Zilich is fast enough that if he doesn't have an issue, doesn't get caught up in a wreck, that he's going to get back up there. There's plenty of racing left. But it has opened the game up a little bit for these guys to eliminate him. And there was a lot of discussion as we walked through the garage today. Everybody just kept saying Connor's name. And Adam, you and I were talking to Christian Eckes, and we're like, listen, he could have an issue. It can happen. These races are long, and here his issue has happened.
And then once you lose the track position, that's when all bets are off, especially as physical as this place can be. How about the view for Carla Metz? Carla, they didn't have enough money to get me up there. I'm glad you jumped on the observation deck.
Yeah, listen, it is the best view in the entire track. We know Austin is a destination, but you got to come to the observation tower here. 519 steps to the top, 22 stories. You can see the entire track. And listen, if you have the stomach for it, they've also got the glass floor that you can step on and see turns 16 through 18 down there. My only suggestion, guys, just don't look at it for too long. And I know you're wondering, did I have to climb 419 steps to get up here? I did not. They've got an elevator, which I have to say I'm thankful for, because I don't think I'd be talking this clearly right now.
Carla, did you get near the edge? Did you check it out? Was it scary?
Absolutely. I looked down. Yeah, not afraid of heights. Are you, Jamie?
I have 0 chance of getting the...
Well, I was going to say, the elevator's the Jay McMurray route. That's what they call it.
I run more than anybody.
Okay,
now, come on.
You know, I haven't seen you do any steps.
You're the sweater.
Yeah, I do have sweat.
Let's take a look now at our Christian Eckes Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Brestry.
Speaking of sweating, this place runs 2 to 6 miles. And strength workouts 4 times a week. 1,000 calories.
That's a solid workout for sure.
I'd say the 9 to 10% body fat. It's pretty lean.
You know, I feel like people say that, but I don't know. Do I believe it?
I see it.
Oh, there you go. Maybe I do believe it.
Yeah. Some of the pictures in the gym. It's the thing about driving race cars. It is physical work. You know, that 1,000 calories burnt in a workout, it's going to be double or more than double that in a race car.
I like the workout. I don't know about those pants. So I tell Christian, I don't think the yoga pants are good on a man.
I'll say he looked fresh on the treadmill. I mean, he's running, but he's able to turn, take the photo.
Do
Did we stage those photos? It's got the sponsor gear on, the team gear. It was perfect.
We did, but I will tell you that guy is focused and committed. And every time I talk to him, his desire to win and to do well is as high as anybody in the garage area.
Serious determination. And we go back to watch him in trucks last year when he was able to basically sacrifice a chance at a championship to go for a win. It mattered that much, and we've got cars hitting pit road now.
Pit road is open as we wrap stage 1. Let's go there now. It's Progressive Pit Road. Here's Dylan Welch.
And the 17 William Byron was on the Connor Zillage plan of trying to flip the stage, but obviously stayed on the racetrack, avoided the penalty. They'll pit here for 4 tires and fuel. Williams said the car was sloppy, and then as the run went on, he said that we were losing lateral as he went. So they'll try to make some adjustments and get the 17 a little bit better, Kim.
It was supposed to be the same plan for Ross Chastain in that 9 car. They attempted to flip the stage. Luckily, he stayed out during that caution, so now they'll pit now. He said midway through that run, managing rear slide, needed a little more comfort for the high-speed race, and then at the end of the stage, the pits gave up. Definitely feels tighter, an adjustment for fresh tires, so no fuel for Ross Chastain.
And here's the race off Progressive Pit Road. William Byron holding serve. +4 for Austin Hill. That 21 team is always outstanding.
I'm leaving it.
Yeah, the windshield wiper is not where it needs to be.
When they pulled the tear off, it's pulled the wiper up, but that would not be distracting, and I would not change it.
Chastain, Allgaier, Mayer, rounding out the top 5 off the pit road. It's the capital of the state of Texas, Austin. We're 14 miles away at Cota. Glad you're with us on the CW for some Xfinity Series racing.
Today, I choose us how to screen us for colon cancer. Here, on my land, not theirs. Give me Cologuard or give
Excuse me? We can do that for you.
What, no battle?
Nope. Just a prescription.
Victory!
Cologuard is an effective and non-invasive colon cancer screening test. False positive and negative results may occur. Those at high risk should use colonoscopy. Skip the drama. Ask your provider or request Cologuard online.
It's native. 24-hour moisturizing body wash free of sulfates and petrolate.
And made with real shea butter.
With just 12 ingredients. Clean moisturizing body wash isn't a myth. It's native.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free. Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your outfit first before meeting your girlfriend's family. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease? There's somebody I can talk to or help?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
Tomorrow on Fox, the 2025 IndyCar season gets underway on the streets of St. Petersburg. The road to the Indy 500 begins tomorrow at noon Eastern on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Transform your home with Comfort Windows.
We should probably call this the house that comfort built. They've done our siding, they've done sliders, windows, and now our sunroom. Comfort truly has transformed our home, and it's beautiful.
Hi, Fritz Gentili here. People think Comfort is just a window company, but that's just the beginning. We can help you transform your house into your dream home.
Save 50% off installation with 0% financing available. Visit ComfortWindows.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Coming to you from Syracuse and Clay, New York, this is O'Duncan O'Bright Furniture's Jeopardy! Please welcome your host, Joe Bright.
Thank you, everyone. Let's get started.
please join me in welcoming Miss Johnny to O'Duncan O'Bright Furniture's Jeopardy. At this store, you save an average of 35% on bedrooms.
What is O'Duncan O'Bright Furniture?
That is correct. Thank you, Miss Johnny.
Going on now. Save up to 35% and get 60 months no interest financing here at O'Duncan O'Bright. O'Duncan O'Bright. CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. And by Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. And Jamie just left. He's chasing the barbecue.
I love barbecue, Adam. It's my favorite. We had a lot last night. Well, I say based on last night, Adam likes it too.
Oh, easy. The ribs were good.
I got meat sweats, by the way.
Yeah, you literally were sweating at the table.
No, that was that spicy sausage.
You didn't even have the spicy.
No, they said it was. Oh, that's right. But it was still just as spicy.
It was. In all fairness, it was the carrot that put him into the sweat.
That's right.
It was a very spicy carrot.
Yeah.
Big storyline in this race. If you're just joining us, Connor Zilic starts on the pole, pulling away from the field, makes what would have been a scheduled green flag pit stop. But as he's coming to the pit lane, the caution comes out. And watch this. Boom. Yellow lights are on. He makes the commitment. And with that, he'll have to start at the rear when we go green again to begin stage 2. Here's some 88 radio.
You prepare for the unexpected. So do we.
That's not 88 radio. That's a commercial.
So moisture, dirt, and grit.
It's about a tie. Frustrating.
Well, I love his team being encouraging. I don't think it was a tie. I don't think it was that close, but that's what I would want my crew chief spotter to say. Like, hey, you did nothing wrong. It was close. You couldn't have done anything different. Let's just put our head down and get after it here.
Nick Sanchez is back, though, above whoever Zilic is. Where is Zilic?
Actually 9/10 of a second.
Austin Green got the free pass here, so he's back on the lead lap. And everything cycles through to those drivers that had made pit stops before the caution came out. They were doing their scheduled
fuck is he?
Under Green. Taylor Gray at the front with Jesse Love. How about that? Starts in the rear, drives up inside the top 15, close to the top 10.
Am I fucking blind?
The stage, and then boom, everything works out for you as far as the cautions go. Dylan, what's up with the 54?
Yeah, let's give you a Toyota.
Oh, he's an 8.
For one of the 4GR cars in the field today. Taylor Gray did flip the stage and got lucky.
And no, Nick Sanchez is not ahead of him. Looks like he was, or at least my leaderboard doesn't say he is. He might have been a lap down, I don't know. He was just trying to catch back up to the back of the pack, I don't know. Oh no, Connor Zilic is in 32nd. Okay, so yeah, no, Nick Sanchez was ahead of him. Jeez, Connor Zilic is in 32nd. Jesus Christ.
Here on the front tire, that's the front left, the front right tire. Also with a large blister at the end of the stage. Austin did say I used up my front tires after they took them off. Chad Haney, crew chief, said your tires on the front have some serious issues. He wasn't the only one too. We'd heard on the 18 of Williams Sawalich, 3 of the 4 tires had blisters. So how concerned, you guys, would you be after seeing these tires come off these race cars on the first stop?
Great stuff, Kim, and great to point that out. I'd be very concerned, and one of the things I was wondering is Jamie and I looked at that, we're saying, why would that happen? Normally at a road course, you see flat spots from braking and locking that tire, but blisters, and I texted a buddy of mine, Steve Letarte, well-known guy, crew chief in this sport, and he brought up a great point. This track being shorter now, you don't have that long straightaway to cool the tires. And so I actually talked to Sheldon Creed, who brought that up to me. He said he felt like the whole car was just in more of a heat situation throughout this track, and therefore that could be something we see if they're a little aggressive, those camper settings in the front end. The tire doesn't have that time to cool, and it's just getting so much more heat. We might see more of those blisters. You might have to take care of those tires throughout the runs now.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't know how you take more care of the front tires. If you're not locking them up, there's not a whole lot inside the car. It's not an oval track where you can really feel the load and you feel a push where the car not turn. When you come to a road course, I mean, you're kind of helpless in trying to save anything.
That's really tough.
You know, we talk about Connor Zilic and the penalty for pitting too soon. He starts at the rear. So does Christian Eck, a 16, caught speeding when he made his pit stop here. And to reset how things will go as we return to the green flag, William Byron won the race off pit road. They obviously pitted under caution. He's 13th, so that's where the first of those drivers are that made a pit stop at the end of the stage. A lot of drivers at the front of the field not spent a ton of time there today. We talked about Taylor Gray, Jesse Love, Brandon Jones is there, Riley Herbst inside the top 5, and Ryan Sieg, another driver who's been impressive today. Didn't qualify yesterday because of mechanical issues. He comes from the back, and through all the strategy and the caution that came out at the right time, 39 will restart inside of row 3. It's the start of stage 2. Here come the drivers through the Echo Park Automotive.
All right, back green.
One thing right here, Taylor Gray's kind of been up front all race long. As you see him just barely outbrake Jesse Love, who's not the preferred position, but it's going to get a pretty good run on the outside. It's just so hard to put the power down because you're going downhill right there as you see Taylor's able to drive out. But Love is still, Parker, in a great position right there. And these guys right now are like, where'd he come from? I know he started in the back, but I haven't seen him all day. How quick is he?
He was flying, and, you know, one thing there, as you mentioned, on the outside of turn 1, you end up with so much more distance that inside car just gets away from you, even if you have more grip on the exit. And if you look there, William Byron on board with Corey Hine here and Sam Mayer right in front of them. They're trying to go through an absolute traffic jam down here at 6A.
Well, that was great information we heard from his spotter. He said they're checking up. Because inside the car, you don't have as good a perspective as what we do right here. It's really hard to see, and so you're dependent as you see Corey dive into the inside of Williams' Alliance right here.
Still there. Right side. Still there. You with the 41. Still there, even. Right side.
Jesse Love making a play for the lead. And as he goes after the 54 of Taylor Gray, here comes the 19 Riley Herbst, one of those double-duty drivers.
And what you saw him trying to do there is the over-under. It's a multi-corner pass. We see this all the time at Cota. He's going to get to the inside here through 18, but now he'll be on the outside into 19. And you'll see this often. Now he'll try and cross back over. He stays on the outside, down into turn 20.
Up the hill, left-hander, back to the start-finish line. Outside in the 2, Jesse Love. Inside, black and yellow, Toyota, the 54 is Taylor Gray. Last year's Rookie of the Year. Racing against one of this year's contenders for that honor. They are side by side up the hill and into turn 1. Crossover move in front of Herbst. Looking Love in the 2. He will go to the point at Cota.
Yeah, and I got to think that Jesse Love saw that same move from Shane Van Gisbergen last year. Just kind of caught everybody off guard last year when Shane did that. But I felt like Taylor was very gracious to Jesse Love on the exit of turn 20. Raced fairly clean, and I'm going to say that was returned when they got down into turn 1, Parker.
Right, it looked almost like he was trying to block Riley Herbst there, but to your point, it was that move we saw SVG do so often last year. He was able to cross people over and dive to the inside. It was a beautiful move there by Jesse Love to get to the lead. It allowed Riley Herbst up in a second, but now Jesse can just focus on the lead.
Connor Zillage trying to make his way through the field. Started at the rear after the penalty. Just got around Ryan Ellis in the 71. 88 as I look at the board is up to 23rd.
Yeah, and what I like, I don't see any damage on the car. We were really concerned with having to go to the back. Like, do you get caught up in an accident, you know, on that initial outlap? Just from cars checking up as we heard with the onboard from the spotters, but no damage. I don't even see any tire marks on the car. So Connor's doing a really good job of taking care and able to get by these guys.
Racing the 44, Brennan Poole.
So much fun.
Poole, the only driver from Alpha Prime to make the field this weekend. Disappointment from that organization yesterday in qualifying.
Yeah, major disappointment. We saw some tweets from Tommy Joe Martins, the owner there at Alpha Prime, with Parker Retzloff and Brad Perez missing the show. He called it the worst day in Alpha Prime racing history to not have those two cars in the show. Brennan Poole representing them now, and it really, for Parker Retzloff, last week he was about a half a lap for maybe getting a top 5, only their 3rd ever, and ends up getting wrecked on that last lap, and now not making the race at Cota. He tweeted his...
Jesse Love's leading. Sheldon's back up to 5th.
One is Carson Quappel, involved in that incident in turn 20 early in this race. Lost all that track position, was outside the top 30. This is a perfect example.
Yeah, Zillage is up to 21st.
Keep your head on a road course because there will be so many cycles.
Oh, the 26th is around and stopped on track. No caution yet.
Dean Thompson was in the top 10.
Dean Thompson, DA's going to get back going, so we'll stay green.
Here at Daytona, driving for Sam Hunt. He goes around, we stay green here at Cota.
See, this is William Byron and Ross Chastain. We know they were factors with Connor Zillage earlier in the race. Have had to restart a little bit further back. It's kind of a race within a race here because these two guys, Chastain's been able to get by him. We know that Byron was ahead of him, and so you want to be the leader so that when you get to the lead, you don't have to worry about trying to pass him. I'm surprised that windshield wiper hasn't bounced down on top of Byron's car. As you see right there, he opened up that corner, Parker, and it makes you so vulnerable for the car behind it. It almost looked like Austin Hill in the 21 was going to try to stick it in there.
Not sure what changes have been made to the 9, but this second run of the race has been good to them. Just as I say it, here comes the 17 of William Byron, 21 Austin Hill waiting in the wings, and they're trying to get by the 25 of Harrison Burton.
Chastain's going to get back to the inside of William Byron. I tell you what, it's been some of the best racing that I've seen. The back and forth, we saw that earlier in the race with Carson Quappel. Incredible to see those guys be able to cross each other and not have any contact. Just really good hard racing. Austin Hill's wanting that right there too. He can't right now, and that's really...
Yeah, Ross Chastain gained by Byron, but still pretty far back.
You want to, you can gain on them because they're going to be slow when they get to the center of the corner, but you just can't do that. As Allgaier's looking the outside of Sammy Smith here. One of them's going to have to decide, and Sammy Smith gets the run in the S's. You got to sort of figure that one out. It's a game of chicken when you head the S's side by side, and someone has to give.
Jesse Love is not able to get away from Riley Herbst here. And it's so interesting to me, Parker, and you raced here last year. Explain to me about braking on the curbs, on the racetrack, half on, half off. Like, what do you prefer?
I prefer to be on the racetrack most of the corners, especially down there in the turn 12. Now, with this shorter course, you kind of naturally end up out of there. But the reason it's tough to brake on half the curb, half the asphalt, is you have different grip levels. So half of the car has the grip, the other half doesn't, and it just makes the car very upset. You actually saw Jesse Love get a big wiggle into turn 12 there, and that's just where you're crossing over those different grip levels as you apply the brake and then release the brake into the corner. He still was able to get a little bit of a gap to Riley Herbst, so it's working for him, but it's definitely something that you just have to balance and try to sort of navigate around this racetrack and find where your car works. It might not be the same for you as it is for everyone else, but that's the key to finding speed in these road courses, especially as you get later in the runs.
And Carson Quappel, who was also involved in that incident on lap, I don't remember what lap it was, but the incident on the front stretch, entering the front stretch with Creed and Nick Sanchez. He's up in third now. Sheldon's running in fifth, so they both recovered great from that. I was like, man, that's it for Sheldon's chances, but I mean, it was also part strategy, you know. But hopefully they can stay up front.
All of that preparation is starting to pay off as Quappel running strong.
And he's the quietest driver at the track that has speed each and every week. He is his dad, Travis Remade, who won a truck championship over 20 years ago. The man everybody chasing right now, Jesse Love. What a dominant start to the year for Richard Childress Racing. 2-0 and looking for more here at Circuit of the Americas.
You prepare for the unexpected. So do we.
Caution.
Our workwear is built with durable, water-resistant technology. So moisture,
Don't know
dirt,
why.
and grease don't stick around. We offer unsurpassed comfort and mobility.
The caution is out.
So you can be as versatile as our specialty performance fabrics. Our integrated workwear system.
So that was a 7-minute and 50-second green flag run.
Down to our intelligent pocket design. So you can work smart. Work wonders. True work.
Hey, Tyler, think I have what it takes to be part of a NASCAR pit crew? You? Yeah, I mean, we keep Xfinity Internet fast and reliable at home and on the go. It's kind of like keeping cars fast and reliable on the track. You thought that add coolant meant driving with your sunglasses on. It doesn't make it cooler? What's a jack? Don't bring him into this.
I don't know, man. I mean, you asked if we could swap gasoline once.
Okay. I shouldn't be in the pit.
Someone in the wall?
I meant driver.
Or in the tire
Maybe
barrier?
Just stick to what you're good at. Beep, beep. Look out.
Xfinity is your super
I think
fast
someone's in the
connection
tire
to
barrier.
NASCAR.
You'll be back. Emu can help people customize and save at Liberty Mutual.
And Doug.
Well, I'll be. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield.
But at least you can go to safelight.com.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the caution's out.
Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. I'm so cold.
Debris caution.
Things are heating up.
Bring the heat with Blue Chew. Speak with a licensed medical provider at BlueChew.com to find out if Blue Chew is right for you.
Hey, grab more delectables. You know, that lickable cat treat.
Delickable delectables.
Yes, just hurry.
Must be delicious.
Delectables, lickable treat.
Deliciously delectable delectables.
Oats by Super Hydration Body Wash. The sweet scent of a honeymoon in Fiji. Moisturize with vitamin B3.
You better not be using all the Old Spice.
Can you get my bag?
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
Great to have you with us on a Saturday afternoon in Austin, Texas. CW Sports Live at Circuit of the Americas. With Jamie McMurray, Parker Kligerman, I'm Adam Alexander. Under caution for the third time. And the reason here, no incident, but the tire barrier having some problems over...
Yeah, it looked like...
I mean, there was an incident ultimately.
Well, yeah, but...
Jeremy Clement's able to drive away, but you see...
It looked like they were looking at the tire barrier.
Coming apart just a bit. Safety officials want to button that up before we go back lane.
And that's because what happens there, if you don't have that protector on the front of the tires, cars can go underneath it really easily. So it's sort of a safety issue. It's also an issue if the car gets in there, gets stuck, that sort of thing. So it just makes it a lot simpler for cars that do unfortunately end up in that barrier to not get stuck there. And we feel pretty confident we'll see another car.
So just some work on the tire barrier was the reason for this
I
caution.
would bet on that probably. I don't think you'd get good odds. No, not good odds. No. You know, Parker brought up something a little bit ago about the heat, and it's not super hot today, but as a driver, the first hot race of the year is always the worst. And for me, it always seemed like it would fall around Charlotte in May, but you know, it's unseasonably warm here. It was really cool here on Thursday. Really warm here today at a road course. It's just more work, Adam.
And at this place, you got to hustle, which exaggerates how you feel in the race car. It's time for the race break, brought to you by Safe Light, the auto glass experts. Let's take a look at what we've seen so far. And actually, we're going to go back a year. Connor Zilic comes onto the scene, wins the pole for his first ever truck start, and you saw what happened. He drives it right through turn one.
Where are you going? He just went to a different track.
But he passed like 54 trucks, finished top 5. And then he has this penalty at today's race. Starts on the pole, first Xfinity opportunity here at Cota. And pit road is closed. He was making that scheduled stop, came in anyway. That sent him to the back of the field for this restart as we jumped into action in stage 2. But he's worked his way up to 16th. And I'll remind you of this. I mean, he won from the pole at Watkins Glen in his Xfinity debut. But he also had a penalty there, right? So he knows adversity and overcoming it, especially at this style of racing.
And as much fun as it is as a driver to look back and know that you dominated a race and you led every lap, it's way more fun to do what he's doing right now, to go to the back. If he can get back to the front without any issues, I just, as I was watching him dice through cars, Parker, it reminded me of going to the go-kart track with your buddies. When you went fast go-kart and they didn't, and you just drive it right through all of them.
Kept it clean too, just the Goodyear rubbed off on the left side, but overall pretty clean as we see the 16 Christian Eckes. Now that car is not clean whatsoever. That happened really early on. Now he's got more on there, and that right front is really beat up at him.
It's been a tough day for him. Let's take a look at Christian Eckes' Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Perez Tree.
He's living it right. Look at that. I mean, working out, he's eating the right foods. I like everything about what I've seen with this guy.
I'm big on the pasta and chicken because that gives you those carbs, that energy to balance out the race car, get a little protein, that's a good thing. And then the Celsius, of course, you need that caffeine boost before you hop the car.
He's very disciplined at age 22.
He is.
Both in his exercise routine, what he's eating, and just also his overall work ethic when you talk about his approach to racing.
I came into the hauler yesterday down there in the garage for the calling team and saw Christian in there. He had his computer out. He was going through all the notes pre-practice of all the things.
All right, getting ready to go back green. It's pretty quick caution.
Track and that sort of stuff. You mentioned work ethic. He has an amazing work ethic.
You have to be today. And if you're a young racer out there that wants to be in one of these cars on Saturday, you have to start at a young age to be disciplined in life and do everything right, because to compete at this level, you have to be one of the best.
It's a little late to the party, too, at 24 as a rookie. So many times the teenagers are, and we've got it this year, right, are rookies in this series and competing at this level of racing. It's taken him a little bit longer, but now that he's here, I feel like he's going to make a really good splash in 2025.
All right, going back green.
Front row for the restart is going to be Jesse Love, Riley Herbst. Here they are.
And
Automotive
green flag is back in the air.
Jesse Love there trying to get a better run than we saw Zilich got earlier, and it just didn't work. He couldn't get the power down out of turn 20. It's so tough, and Herbst was able to get a big run on him. Even Carson Quapple down here at the inside. He's getting swamped from the outside, and Taylor Gray as well.
Yeah, Carson gave Riley Herbst a little bit of a shot there. Not too bad, but that allowed Jesse Love to get that run a little bit on the outside. But Riley Herbst is going to be able to clear them.
Sam Mayer went off track. Someone has a tire smoking.
That was a 41 of Sam Mayer that was recovering from a problem top of the hill. Riley Herbst gets away.
Fucking Herbst. God damn it.
Jesse Love for second. Quapple is there. Also keep an eye on the 9 of Ross Chastain. He's moving quickly on the restart.
And he just went by Taylor Gray, who actually...
Who was that with the tire rub?
NASCAR take a look at it. If they feel like he was forced out
Doesn't look like they have it anymore. I don't know who that was.
As long as he didn't gain any massive advantages. We're 3 wide here.
Zilich is in the shot now.
He's in a tight position right there. The thing is, it's so easy to get 2 or 3 in a corner, but you got to be careful that they don't check up and you knock the nose off. He's been able to survive again another restart so far as he goes by Brandon Jones.
It truly is the balance of patience and...
I think it is a shame that they're using the different layout.
Everyone's bunched together, but it's also the greatest chance that you're going to get dinged when you're racing around everyone else.
Yeah, I'm telling you, though, he's moving up quicker than I thought he would. When we look at Chastain and Byron, they've started mid-pack. They did not move through the field near as quick as Connor has.
He about had 2 for 1 there through 18. That was really impressive. If he can get beside or at least get past Ryan Sieg here, he's got a little clean track, but Sieg fights back on the inside in turn 20. He's going to clear him and take it.
You see a good battle right here as the number 1 Bass Pro Shops car gets to the inside of Jesse Love, and Quapple's been really good off of turn 20. Oh, as he overshoots the corner a little bit, not able to get it slowed down, and Jesse's going to go back to the inside.
The guys running 3rd and 4th right now are those that were involved in that big crash at turn 20, and here they are in position. On to 8 laps to go, stage 2. You got Quapple there running 3rd, 4th right now is Sheldon Creed, and right behind him Ross Chastain.
Oh no! And the 7, Justin Allgaier's got a tire
Sammy
rub on
Smith.
the left front right there. There's been a lot of contact.
Yeah,
Sanchez
Allgaier has a tire rub.
Shortcutting there.
I am over my hate for Allgaier, by the way. I am neutral on Allgaier.
Has done a pretty good job of policing that. Like the last year, it seemed we had 16 penalties in that area. They've been a little more disciplined about knowing, like, well, he was forced over versus the 1 inch that you can't see.
They really have, but Justin Allgaier might have a real problem here. That front is really rubbing. He had a lot of smoke down into turn 12 as well. So we'll take a look back at the restart here. To keep an eye out for Sam Mayer getting spun around. There he is. Sammy Smith got into him. They were almost 4 wide at that point. It just gets so congested down in there. You think you enter so much racetrack and then you just don't have it, and that's where the 7 got his damage.
Oh, yeah, you see the 88 overshot the corner. It looks like it ran the 7 of Justin Allgaier wide right there.
Zilich had gone 16th to 10th in the opening lap of the restart. That contact slowed his progress. Right now, he's scored in the 9th position.
Yeah, and one thing I would tell you about...
Who's your least favorite drivers in all 3 series?
Those guys know...
My least favorite driver in the Cup Series is Syndic and Riley Herbst. My least favorite driver in the Xfinity Series, well, today is Riley Herbst. But I guess I'd say Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones, like full-time. Brandon Jones. And then in the Truck Series, it's Ben Rhodes.
He needs to be able to go 5 more laps, though, to get to that point where it's a regular pit stop and not get him too far behind.
Right, because you don't even want to put set of tires on here. You only have really 3 sets through this race right now, so he's going to have to try and nurse that thing. Kim, do you have more?
Yeah, he was actually going to come down the last lap. He said coming in, and then all of a sudden said staying out. Then finally the team determined it was too much to stay out, so he will come this time. That left front tire up. Jim Coleman told the team, get as big of a hammer as you can find. So we do expect him on pit road shortly, and some hammering to happen down here.
Best tool in the toolbox. The biggest hammer we have. Sometimes you need it.
Allgaier, the reigning champ, next Saturday returns to the scene of his title racing in Phoenix next Saturday afternoon live on the CW.
And he's going to have to pit, because if he doesn't and that tire blows out and it blows the fender off or gets in the wall, his day's over. So even though this is gonna crush his race, at this point he's going to be able to live on and maybe get some cautions.
It just takes me back to the end of the race last week in Atlanta. If he pulls up, might win the race, he's locked into the playoffs. Instead, after a tough Daytona, now this is start the season a little bit behind the eight ball. This is a really good race here. Second place. The 1 is Quapple. The 2 is Jesse Love. And look who's right behind him. The 9 of Ross Chastain picking them off one by one.
Jesse did that same move again, and it looks like it's going to work again on Carson Quapple. Carson's really good off turn 20, which is a great place to be fast because you get that run down into turn 1. As you see, looks like Chastain's going to be able to clear Jesse Love as well.
Want to update
the fuck is happening?
48 of Nick Sanchez. He was involved in
I want race car audio.
Over in turn 20, he rallied back inside the top 15, but unfortunately the 48 was penalized for cutting the corner in turn 5, so he'll have to serve a penalty.
That's such a tough spot to go side by side, as you saw Sheldon Creed get out.
No, Sheldon.
Such the limit of the tire on the exit there. Just Allgaier gets the.
Sheldon just lost 2 spots.
Jesse Love doing that crossover. It's beautiful, but it didn't work, and now he's been swamped by William Byron and Sheldon Creed. Taylor Gray in the mix here, so this is what we talk about. When it doesn't go your way, it just compounds as William Byron looks to the inside.
And he's putting himself in a really bad position in a lot of corners. William Byron's going to force his way through right here. You can only block for a corner or 2, and then everyone gets sick of it, and they're like, that's fine, block, and I'm going to move you. We heard Jeff Burton say that earlier in the races. You see Jesse Love fighting, but he's fighting for his life right now. His car is not as good as it needs to be, and he knows that he's most likely going to lose these 3 or 4 positions over the next lap.
Love led 6 laps, but he's now falling outside the top 5. Byron is by. Here is Creed. And Taylor Gray is there as well in the 54. Those 2 started on the front row together when we went back green, and now they have faded just a bit.
Yeah, just he had the front end bouncing, the left front's in the air right there. And it just, when you're that far out, the way that corner is designed, it almost falls away from you. The track almost feels like it falls away, and so you just don't have the grip to try and get the power down.
And Jesse, it's not over yet. And I can tell you the 88 is right behind you, and he's super fast as he's going through the field. But both of those cars got really lucky when they ran off the racetrack. We saw Riley Herbst have the grass get stuck on his grill yesterday, I think, in practice and qualifying. The grass is gone now. It's just dirt. So those guys are fortunate they didn't get the grill plugged up.
Connor Zilic has cut the field in half since the restart, coming from 16th after he had restarted at the back to begin.
So Allgaier's pitting.
And as you said, got an opportunity for more just behind Love. Sheldon Creed.
Oh, wow, Creed pushes Byron off the track.
And the double zero was there. Byron obviously didn't know. As you see, he's locking up that left front. He almost looks like he's used his car up trying to get by Jesse Love early in the race. Creed, however, looks like he's on the move.
Allgaier with another pit stop.
He's got a right rear flat.
Yeah, we heard loose wheel, and you look at the right rear, and you can see there's a major problem there, Kim.
Yeah, the trouble's compounded for Justin Allgaier. First, he had that left front going down. Check that tire. There were severe threads on that tire. Now, once he got back out after that stop, he just said, loose wheel, wheel's going to come off. So they flagged him back down pit road. So again, just disaster here for this 17.
As you see, Sheldon Creed gets back inside of William Byron again. Byron doesn't want to give that up, but I think it's just a matter of time before Creed's able to get inside of him here as the race go down into turn 1.
They're just Allgaier losing that right rear tire right now. This was through turn 19, so he's going to try and take the hard left to get back to pit road. At this point, he's out in the gravel. This has gone from bad to worse for the 17.
So Allgaier now racing right up there with the leaders as he falls a lap behind. Riley Herbst, Carson Quapple are there, and these will be scheduled green flag pit stops. The 41 is Sam Mayer coming in. 3 laps to go in the stage, 4 laps to go, coming to 3. So this is when you start to make that green flag stop and flip it for the final stage.
And he's going to want to get in front of Riley so he can stay on the lead lap. However, I'm pretty sure that the 19 black car there is going to race actually for the lead right here as Carson Quapple gets inside of Herbst, but he wants to get back on the lead lap so his race isn't over.
Yeah, and Herbst is going to be really upset with Justin Allgaier here because he's holding him up. This allows Chastain into this battle right here. Look at that. 3 of them fighting for the lead.
What a race. It's unbelievable. I feel like today's been the best racing we've seen at Cota in the past 3 or 4 years. It's so much fun to watch these guys struggle on old tires. You see Carson giving a little way out the window as we know that he's going to be pitting this time out. Yeah.
So you got Allgaier who's trying to stay on the lead lap, and these 3 you can throw a blanket over them racing for the lead, and factored into all of that, green flag pit stop scheduled here at the end of the stage.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, Carson, keep them both on the wheel right now. We got a lot going on.
And that's Andrew Overstreet told me Carson Quapple wanted to be aggressive in this race. He said, don't go for points if you think we have a chance to win it. And they wanted to flip this stage, and that's exactly what he's done, Dylan.
Yeah, they've been super, super fast. Carson's been very confident. Andrew came on the radio and told him right before this restart, we're focused on the front. Keep your head down and keep digging. We'll change 4 tires, add fuel to the 1, Cam.
As the 88 of Connor Zilic comes into his pit box, what a run he's had working his way back through the field after that penalty. No reports really on the car handling that driver. Very happy. He was happy yesterday. Happy with the balance today. Having 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Sunoco fuel for the crowd favorite here at Cota.
If he's quiet on the radio, that's good news.
As we look at Jesse Love, he was just saying he needed a little bit more grip right now. The focus.
So
just
Ross is
keep
in
the driver
second, by the
calm, is
way.
what Danny Stockman told the spotter.
And I'm preaching to my driver right now, no speeding penalties. Like, I know you want to get all you can, but we can't afford to speed at this point in the race.
And as those drivers exit pit lane, they're going to want to keep those tires, not abuse them too much for the next stage, right? But they're also looking at each one of those positions as a better spot to restart when we go through the stage as they flip it. So you want to kind of balance that as they come out of pits right now.
Let's get team radio 19, Riley Herbst, second behind Ross Chastain, and behind Allgaier, who's trying to stay on the lead lap.
Okay, then,
Well, is that it? I think it was simple. Yeah.
Pour me something tall and strong,
Riley's got to understand that Justin's in his own race, and it's not like he's 4 laps down doing that, or it's the last lap of the race.
It's only half past 12,
You got to respect that.
but
You don't have to
I don't
understand it, but you got to
care.
respect it. Dylan, you have more?
It's 5 o'clock, so
his final stop today was loose early on, was struggling to get the power down. Then when he got to the lead, said clean air fixes everything. Still pretty happy with his race car. They're going to change 4 tires, take a windshield tear off, and fuel with him.
Chastain pit from what was the lead before he came down. He was reporting that he was loose in the right, but if they could fix that but not hurt the left was the biggest request he had from the team as they put on left side tires, 4 fresh Goodyear tires, slight adjustments, Sunoco fuel for Ross in that 9 blue, green, and white car.
All that cycles through. Harrison Burton is now leading this race. Great place for 25. Only team that's gone back-to-back top 10s to start the year, so they're ahead of the game. Now you come here, play strategy, stay out, and put yourself in position to win a stage. You get a playoff point that will carry into championship time in September, but you also get 10 stage points, which would minimize any issues that they face throughout the balance of the day.
I think this has been a very impressive drive by Harrison Burton, this AM Racing team. Considering what happened to him in practice, that broken axle, didn't get a lot of practice time, gets into qualify, knows you have to qualify on speed, barely makes it in the race, but keeps that car clean and puts them in a position now to take advantage of everyone flipping the stage to get this, to be in position to win this stage. This is a great drive by Harrison Burton.
Well, and you look at the guy in second, Ryan Sieg, back-to-back top 20s, but not what their expectation would be in the draft. You come here, you have mechanical issues, you can't qualify, you stay out, you get some points. That's the situation they are in. He is second and third right now. Daniel Dye coming off his career best.
Yeah, and we always try to talk about the strategy and what guys are going to do, and the reality is you have to call the race as it goes. And for Harrison Burton, they don't know if they're going to stay out for stage points because they don't know the position they're going to be in. But what a year he's having. If you would have told him after 2 races they'd be 6th in points and then they could come here and win a stage, I think he would have been pretty happy with that.
Sammy Smith in 4th, the worst qualifier when you look at those junior motorsports. sports cars. He had a nice rally early to get inside the top 10. Been involved in a few dust-ups out there, but he too is in position to get stage points here, running fourth. And right behind him, Jeb Burton. They have maximized their year so far. Had the run-in with Carson Hocevar, the radio indicated, I'm not backing down for anybody, and he's fifth here as we hit the final lap of our second stage of the day.
It's the final lap of the stage.
Told me yesterday he felt like something was broken inside that race car. It was driving so badly in practice and qualifying, but they figured out whatever it was, and obviously had a little bit better speed here in the race, and a solid stage finish for them. They stayed fifth.
And just got to know, bad news for the 39 of Ryan Sieg, penalized for short-cutting BS's. That's heartbreaking when you're in the position they are in.
And it's easy to do, especially in traffic and when you're racing others, and NASCAR has a lot of leniency for that. But if you're alone and they see you make a cut, that's going to be the point where you're going to get the penalty for that. That's just tough.
And more penalties. Speeding on their green flag stop. Sheldon Creed 00. 19 Riley Herbst, 9 of Ross Chastain.
Wow. Hey, you just can't do that at the end of this race. You got to get what you can, but you can't speed at this point in the race. Those guys.
All right, so Harrison Burton comes around, and Harrison Burton is going to win Stage 2 at Circuit of the Americas.
Who is the winner? Stage 2 in Austin.
Actually got a bit, so.
Daniel Dye, Sammy Smith, Jeb Burton inside the top 5. Brennan Poole, Alex LeBay going to get some points.
Oh.
And for 14th, and they'll be in really good position when we restart this race. 17 is
all right,
William
caution
Byron,
is out.
Connor Zilic,
That's the end of the stage.
in the game. Harrison Burton gets his first career
And I'm going to go outside and smoke. That was about a 16-minute green flag run. And yeah, I'm going to go outside and smoke once again, and I'll be back for the start of the final stage.
If you take or have taken Humira for moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis and still have symptoms, you don't have to settle. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. It's one of the latest treatments from the makers of Humira. Rinvoq works differently than Humira and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can deliver rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and helps visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Rapid symptom relief and lasting steroid-free remission are possible with Rinvoq. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. You could pay as little as $0 per month.
Liberty. Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Liberty. It's pronounced Liberty.
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 Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Did you bring it?
Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight. It's because it's a buffet of all-you-can-eat butterfly shrimp and sirloin steak.
Yeah, that is the reason.
I thought it's because I made varsity.
You did?
Of course
you did.
Of course you
Yeah,
did.
you did.
Before taking Breztri for my COPD, I had bad days. Days ruined by flare-ups. They could permanently damage my lungs. Then, I talked to my doctor about Breztri, and I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing. Starting within 5 minutes, my lung function improved. Breztri also helped improve my symptoms, and was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. Now, I worry less about bad days and enjoy more good days.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Breztri for COPD.
Welcome to the Proving Ground. Welcome to fist bumping, cylinder thumping, metal crunching. Big hit right there. It's all or nothing for 26 weeks of the year.
The wait is finally over.
Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, only on the CW.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. And by TrueWork. Upgrade to the world's most technical performance workwear. Great day here in Austin, Texas.
What a shot!
Was that was Jeb Burton. That was Jeb Burton and Carson Hocevar, I think.
That might be a black flag.
He said,
Get
I'll
that guy out
see you
of here.
when we're done.
I wish we had a radio in that helmet.
That was outstanding. That, by the way, was not our Golden Corral moment, brought to you by Golden Corral. Here is the Golden Corral moment of the race, brought to you by Golden Corral. 00 Shelton Creed, racing his old car. The 2 is Jesse Love.
Yeah, Jesse Love's been aggressive all race long. You see him, well, a little bit of retaliation.
Yeah, coming back.
Yeah, no problem. What goes around comes around. And Creed ran him all the way in the dirt. Wide as you could right there. Yep, I'm mad. And you have, realized how mad I was. Welcome to Stock Car Racing on a road course. That is what happens. It is full contact all the time, and especially when you want it to be.
Jamie, I'm sorry we don't have radio for the go-karts, but we do for the 00 and the 2. Listen in.
Around 5,000. Go. Yeah, I liked it. He got a little dose. So he wants to take bumper cars. He was the same way to everyone else trying to pass him there at that stage. 00 there. It's flipped out. Better make more.
I love it. What's it?
I love
The acronym
frustration.
for that? FAFO?
I think we should stay out of that.
I'm gonna let you have all that. How's that sound? Yeah.
Here's the best part. This is a road course. And next week we go to Phoenix, which races like a short track. So the hits, they just keep on coming when it comes to the Xfinity Series on CW.
Well, and this track lends itself to those crossovers because of how the corners all tie together. And you always think you're better than the other guy, right? So you pass him, you're like, if you just give me a corner or two, I'll get away. The other guy has a different plan. The radio's been pretty aggressive. It has been. Like, I would say Riley Herbst, all of that was pretty aggressive.
So it's like we lopped off half this racetrack from the last times we've run it, and it's condensed everything.
It's better.
And maybe the tempers have gotten a little higher here.
I think the shortening of the course is a win. I think the racing's been way better today than what we have seen for the past years here.
Well, you add 20 laps, and that's great for the fans who get to see the teams 20 more times, through the various areas, in particular the front straightaway. But you also, as drivers, now are forced to navigate the most difficult places here.
Yeah.
That many more times, and it just opens up the door for not only you to make something happen on track, but to create the frustration that we just documented.
I think it really condensed the field as well, right? And if we get a longer run here in Stage 3, they could even run into traffic for the leaders. So I just think it's compacted everything, it's condensed it, and therefore we've seen more contact, more run-ins, more anger, and that's a better show for us.
A lot of drivers are going to pit here, the ones that ran long. And once they do, it should cycle back to the front row for the restart on the final stage. William Byron, Connor Sillich. I would have taken that at the beginning of the day. I would have signed up for that.
Absolutely, and without a doubt,
Zillage feels pretty good about where he is right now. To get all the way back through that traffic and not have his car torn up.
That's what I was going to say. And his car is clean. Time for service into stage 2. Harrison Burton lead him. Here's Dylan Welch on Progressive Pit Road.
And let's talk about Harrison's cousin, Jeff Burton, who gets some valuable stage points there with a 4th place finish. Then a solid day for them. Jeff's battling a loose condition through the S's, but he's picked up a lot of pace since yesterday, as Parker alluded to. So not bad, just trying to finish it off here with a good day, Kim.
Well, Dylan, from one cousin to the other, you see Harrison in that 27 car winning the stage. Crew chief Danny Eflin saying, we'll take the points, but now Harrison, we've got work to do. You see that chassis adjustment happening right there.
Oh. So Ross wins the race off pit road.
Chastain, who had the penalty, goes plus 11. Burton, Guy, and Sieg next in line coming off pit lane.
What causes a curve? Is it Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to or help?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease? There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
It's native. 24-hour moisturizing body wash that locks in 4 times the moisturizers of your old body wash.
Wow, and about half the ingredients.
Heavenly. Clean moisturizing body wash isn't a myth, it's native.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free. Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now.
Did you bring it?
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
The Xfinity Series drivers are relentless.
We're just here for one thing and one thing only. To win and win the next one and just keep it rolling.
Next Saturday, Justin Allgaier returns to Phoenix to defend his Xfinity Series championship against a field of hungry up-and-comers.
Anything can happen here.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series, next Saturday, live from Phoenix at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific on the CW.
Coming up next, CW Courtside Saturday returns as Notre Dame heads to Winston-Salem to take on Wake Forest. It's next only on the CW, and that's a big one because Wake Forest, one of those teams on the bubble, as we enter the month of March trying to find their way into the field of 68 are the Demon Deacons. Here we're getting down to it as well. Going to be inside of 20 laps to go. Final stage has arrived at Circuit of the Americas. And and we've got some really good drivers at the front. Meanwhile, those that were speeding, dropping to the rear, making that green flag stop, the 19 of Riley Herbst, who was very much in the game.
Yeah, and I'm going to defend them just a little bit. These guys don't run these cars full time. Chastain's the first time he's been in a JRM car, so it's different than what they're doing on Sundays. Riley Herbst was at a Haas factory last year, so the way the team set this up, it could have just been so close, and they just pushed the limit a little too far at the worst time.
Here at Cota, you choose coming out of 6B, making the run down to turn 12. And I misspoke. I said it was going to be Byron and Zilich up front. Carson Kvapil had also played that strategy, was higher in the running order when he came down. So he is the control car as we get set for this restart to begin the final stage.
And I've been so impressed by Carson Kvapil throughout this weekend, really. He's had speed the entire time, qualified in the top 5, and he's really only done a few Trans Am starts. Won the pole here in his Trans Am start last year, but his confidence and his speed.
All right, getting ready to go back green for the final stage.
And he's been at the lead, right, as we go to this
Gonna have 20 to go.
He's in a great position. He even told his crew chief, I want to have a chance to win this thing. I think we can do that. And here he is with that chance. And not only is he in
But
a
it's
good
a long
position,
20
but he also
laps.
has the Xfinity fastest lap
About
of the
a
day, which has been
minute 40 seconds.
I think he can win on an oval.
Minute 35, minute 40.
Minute
Minute 39 is the fastest lap.
But what I'm watching is the guy behind him. Is he going to be overly aggressive on the start? He has a lot of time left, and he knows he has the fastest car. How aggressive is Connor Zilich going to be?
What about the race leader, Dylan?
Yeah, well, you talked about how Andrew Overstreet, the crew chief, has tried to rein Carson's confidence in. This was his message on the radio.
I know you're the best guy here. We got to be smart, race clean, and for the last lap, I know you can do it. There's long laps. 19 of them, you can do it.
I'm not worried about him. Mature beyond his years is Carson Kvapil. He's the control car, takes the inside lane to his right. Daytona 500 champion and Xfinity champion William Byron. Here we go through the Echo Park Automotive Restart.
All right, back green.
And Circuit of the Americas.
And I like that he's protected already. It looks like Zilich is pushing him down into turn 1 as he's going to try to get to the inside. You think you're low enough, but you're not. You're not. There's
Oh! Pushes him off. And Connor Zilich back to the lead after his penalty. Oh.
That was like a replay at the end of the race last year when Austin Hill was able to get to the lead. He was the beneficiary of the front two getting together, and he slipped right on by into the lead.
Yeah, and when you get to the inside down in turn 1, it's a little bit dirty. It's a little harder to get the cars slowed down. Those guys were teammates. I thought that Zilich would maybe give him a quarter or two to get it straightened out, but he went to the lead immediately.
You got your answer. He was pretty aggressive.
He was pretty aggressive. I tell you who's gonna be tough to pass right here is Corey Heim. That's gonna be the next car that Zilich has to try to pass. Corey's been really good, and he's kind of stealthy aggressive. As you see, he opens up that corner. Zilich trying to work his way to the inside.
Right side bumper, right side bumper. Stay there, right side. Now am I with you? With you tight. Looking left.
Oh! Around goes Corey Hyde. Oh, Connor Zilich has damage now.
You just gotta wonder, you made it through the entire field without getting damage, and now you're there.
Wow.
It's overly aggressive.
Why be so aggressive?
Yeah. And now you have this dare that way front. Hopefully that doesn't start to rub the tire like we saw for Justin Allgaier, and they'll be forced to pit, but you just don't need to take that risk right now. You've got the fastest car. That was a mistake, and it's very easy to do what he did. Try and go to the inside.
Austin Hill has the lead.
Essentially, but you lose the rear, and that's what happens. You bump into someone, you give him a hit check, and now you're covered damage. And look at that right front smoking right now.
In the course of 1 minute, he went from kind of being the favorite to moving.
Where the hell is Sheldon?
To then getting into
Lost back in
That
21st.
damage, and we saw this with Justin Allgaier earlier in the race. That might be okay, but when he gets on the brakes and that.
Will these guys have to pit again though? I don't even know.
Let's go back to that restart.
And Zilich does what you've seen here often. Even goes into that basically the X of the pit road there. It makes it a really tight corner. You've got to slow more than you think. You just
And Corey Hines all the way back in 34th now.
then force each other out. That allows Austin Hill through. And then this move, you see this often here. Into 15, you can shortcut it, but you've got to get it stopped just like in turn 1. He did it. They have wheel-to-wheel contact. That rips the fender apart on the 88 and forces Corey Hines to spin out.
see he's going to cross Corey Heim over as Corey kind of blocks that corner. He goes to the inside, but as you mentioned, that corner is kind of off camber. It gets so loose, and that's pretty hard contact with the 24 car.
By the way, Heim, who was running top 5, having a great day, now finds himself 33rd as we hit 19 laps to go. Austin Hill, the race leader. We're going side by side.
What is that? I know that music.
Guys, you gotta see this.
One of 5 immersive worlds in Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams. 2311, owned by these two, but this guy actually races for his team. And they both share the track with the team owned by, this guy. 3 teams, 4 legends, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
ACE's new Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, now you can get a personal prescription delivered to you from the helpful folks at ACE. You'll get everything you need at our best price each season, guaranteed. From our store to your front door. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
He sent me to.
Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight. It's because it's a buffet of all-you-can-eat butterfly shrimp and sirloin steak.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I don't get it.
Do you have any idea how much this would cost at other restaurants?
Not really, I'm only 6.
A lot, honey. Lock it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Easy. Find a pet-friendly Italian restaurant with outdoor seating nearby. And
What the
text
fuck is wrong with y'all?
Real quick. Send it to the clinic. Sick.
Your new bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer. You can now safely go wherever the wind takes us.
That's right.
It was one of those books that smelled bad, but in a good way, you know?
No.
Didn't think this through, did you? Nope. You go without me. The owner and I aren't on speaking terms. Apparently the refills are limited. Okay. It's not okay.
WWE NXT is the baddest brand in sports entertainment with the best female division. And this week, SmackDown's Chelsea Green and Piper Niven take on Sol Ruka and Zaraya in a women's tag team match for the ages. Don't miss WWE NXT Tuesday, 8/7 Central, right here on the CW. And our aerial coverage today brought to you by the Lucas Oil Helicopter.
Some of those hits there in the next NXT look very similar to what we've seen on this racetrack. You definitely have a better chance of getting me to the top of that tower than you do in the ring with them. Yeah. Tell you what, the one car, Carson Quabble, is getting bigger and bigger in Austin Hill's rearview mirror right now.
Let me tell you, one of the great stories of 2025, I mean, we've said it, but it bears repeating. Harrison Burton, an even bigger picture, the 25 team of AM Racing, have chronicled what they did at the end of the stage. Man, you know, he won 4 times in the Xfinity Series as a rookie driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, but what he's done so far this year is really, really good with his race team.
And, you know, in the offseason, we had heard that they were getting help from Haas factory team. And sometimes when they have those alliances, it doesn't work out. It seems to me, though, that this is working out really well for that team. It is in the
car he just went by there, right behind him in the black and green. That's Anthony Alfredo. Got a top 10 in stage 1. Been right near the top 10 most of this race. He's doing a fine job for Young Motorsports as well.
7 rookies inside the top 15. Among them, Christian Eckes, who's been through the ringer today. But he told us before the
Ross
race,
is in 14th. Sheldon's in 19th.
and I have to say, this car looks a lot like when A.J. Allmendinger would drive it because he was so aggressive. But 8th, with 16 to go, they're in a really good position over at Team Colleague.
Colleague Racing has that damage recovery stuff down pat. Watch this though, guys. I know we've talked about Zilich the whole race, but that gap from Connor Zilich to the one Bass Pro car, the one car in the middle of the orange car, it's not really getting tighter. The gap that is getting tighter is the one from Wappel to the 21 car. And we know that Austin Hill had tire issues earlier in the race, and they told him to be a little easier. Well, you can't be easier. There's the race is closing down to the end, and it's about 3/10 a lap. That last lap, they actually matched lap times. Be interesting, Parker, to see as he gets closer, is he able to maintain that speed? And the best news for Austin Hill, that 21 team with those tire issues, is that he is in the lead. Clean air. That's the coolest that race car should be. It's the coolest those front tires are going to be. As we see Fredo spun off for turn 1. You jinxed him. The commentator curse. It's again. We've done that a lot this year. You have, Parker. That's all me. Sorry. It's on you. Sorry, competitors.
A couple of good young drivers right here. Daniel Dye in the 10 right behind him. It was Austin Green in the 32, but let's go back to the front. You said it, Jamie. 1, doing everything he needs to do to put pressure on the 21 of Austin Hill.
Yeah, and if your car's squabble, you want to clear him as soon as you can because you know the car behind you has been the car to beat all day long. And if you look at this, it's all getting tighter. All 3 of these cars are starting to get closer and closer together. And if I'm Zilich, I'm like, I need them to get side by side because we've seen a lot of times today when the 2 cars get side by side, they make a mistake, they get sloppy. The guy behind can get by both of them.
You lose so much time getting side by side here that the second that happens, if Carson Wappel isn't able to get it done quickly, Zilich will be right there on their rear bumpers.
And we've got to go.
He locks up that right front.
Oh.
Don't do that too much. He's just pushing so hard right now, and you reference his
I think he'll still catch him.
Great advice. You know how excited he's got to be knowing that this is coming down to the end. Can win his first race. You got to be reminded, though, just take your time. You've got a great car.
How about the year for Richard Childress Racing? Wins at Daytona and Atlanta and leading with 14 to go at Cota.
Had it with your old phone.
But with Zilich behind him, that'd be a little tougher.
We've got you.
But there's this lap car up ahead.
Trade in any phone, any condition for the new iPhone. Get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, on any plan.
Chris Wright, I think.
Now with Genmoji. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value. Only on Verizon.
It's native. Aluminum-free 72-hour odor protection. Who wants aluminum and all those extra ingredients in their deodorant? No thanks. Aluminum-free odor protection with just 9 clean ingredients isn't a myth. It's native.
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free. Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now. Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight. It's because it's a buffet of all-you-can-eat butterfly shrimp and sirloin steak.
Yeah, that is the reason.
I thought it's because I made varsity.
You did?
Of course
you did.
Of course you
Yeah,
did.
you did.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get the most money back guaranteed.
I knew that something was different. I knew it, I called it, and look what I found today.
It's Blue Chew.
Blue Chew.
Blue Chew? Blue Chew. Blue Chew. Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. The Holy Grail. This is the secret. If you don't know, now you know.
can get it on a subscription model, so men can get delivered every month. And for the ladies, let your man know and you're welcome in advance.
It's the fastest, most unpredictable speedway on earth.
Fire made this place. Mine smelted. And every spring, we gather round and celebrate. Iron sharpening iron. But in order to take it all home, you need nerves of steel. The big one is back. Get your tickets now at Tallahassee-Superspeedway.com.
New race leader at Circuit of the Americas. We hit 12 laps to go. Carson Kvapil, looking for his first career victory, is taken over the top spot. You saw it side
Carson
by
Kvapil
side, and Connor
to the
Zilic
lead.
came with his teammate, the 88, now a runner-up, and boy, is he putting on the pressure.
And that was a great move by Carson Kvapil there to get defensive into turn one. He
Now
saw
this is a real battle.
go to the inside. He was able to do that, not overspeed the corner, and even get a little bit of a bigger gap, Jamie, to Connor behind him. Parker, who's the last car that you want behind you right now? I would say it's Connor Zilic. It's the 88 of Connor Zilic, no doubt, but I think that Carson is doing an exceptional job. He used a little more tire than he probably wanted to get by Austin Hill. We saw Austin Hill wheel hop getting into turn 12. Carson's able to get the lead, but I like the way he's managing this. He's blocking where he needs to block, not running the best lap times because of the defensive line he's having to run, but at this point, he's been able to keep the 88 behind him. The one thing that sticks out to me, though, is that they're teammates. How clean does this race come down to? We already know the 88's gotten into the one, not intentionally, but has already gotten into him, so it needs to be a little more careful, I think, here.
As long as you don't spin each other out, it can be fair game. We still got a lot of racing left here, 12 to go right now. But for Carson Kvapil, it's all about just trying to take care of those tires. Don't use too much. Don't try to get away. You know how fast that car's behind you. Do your best to just keep the gap and manage those tires so you have something left towards the end, because you're probably not going to drive away from them at any point.
And Parker, when I watch, it just seems to me that Zilic is being a little bit smoother, almost like his car. Oh, a big wheel lockup right there, though. We know that ended. Allgaier had his day ruined by that. We've seen that all day long.
And a decent lock up there at 20. Lock up. The ball's pretty good. Cars with the fire up. Everything's good.
And that's so easy to do there down into turn 20, because what happens off at 19, if you try to push it, you go out wide as you saw, and as you get back over the portion of the track where you actually brake, there's a lot of bumps, and when you get that different, the right side on the paint, the left side on the asphalt, you lock that right front as the car bounces, and then it's hard to stop it from locking. We saw Austin Hill do it, we've seen Carson Kvapil do it, and now Zilic as well. They all have to do better taking care of those right fronts.
And you got to be careful through this section. It's going to be really easy for Zilic to get greedy through there. We know that there's been some penalties through that section today. You got to be really careful being behind him, knowing that you can't see the apex of all those little sections.
Here's the reality. The sense of urgency is elevated. You can hear it in our voices, but the reality is we're coming back to 10 laps to go, and that's an eternity at this place. We saw it here last year when the race finished in double overtime, and he locks it up big time there into the corner.
Yeah, he's trying to get that car to turn, and when you turn the wheel and you're on the brake, it tends to lock up the inside tire because it gets so light. You see Connor's able to take a little wider entry into those corners, gives you a little bit better drive on exit. Through this section is where, to me, the 88's not sliding his car as much as Kvapil.
And we know there's been some front tire issues. If I'm the team, I might be relaying to Carson. We probably know you know this, but maybe if you can afford it, some rear brake bias, turn that brake bias towards the rear, try and protect these front tires. If this does go green to the end of these 10 laps, Adam, you mentioned
what's up, Sailor Moon for life?
Make these things last. It's the longest run of the day.
How you doing?
You've got to try and conserve them.
And I like what I just
NASCAR?
saw 88 through turn 19. He put his
Isn't Sailor Moon like
There's no out of balance in that
person?
Of the racetrack. My spotter, if I'm the one,
a YouTuber or something?
Maybe I need to get a little
Who the hell is Sailor Moon? I swear I've heard that before. Or is it literally just because it's your username and you've been in the stream before?
When he got the top spot, I'm like, look out, he might go back-to-back, get his first career road course win. He's fallen behind. These two young drivers, the rookies from junior.
Harrison Burton is slow.
Is off the pace. Well, that's disappointing.
That might end up being a caution.
When on Friday you barely make it in the show, and Saturday you got those stage points. I mean, they've done a lot to help their cause today.
Well,
other thought, this is going to bring out a caution.
That's right. Exactly what I was getting ready to say, Adam.
It's probably going to be a caution.
We know Larson won the race last year.
Maybe, I don't know.
Although it looks like he's still under power, so maybe he can milk that back to the pits.
Could be a transmission issue on the 25. We see that a
Race
lot
car.
here at Cota. The transmissions take a major beating as you shift over a lot of those bumps and all the times you're accelerating on curbing and half on the curbing, half on the asphalt. It puts these transmissions through a ton of stress. You might have just lost some of the gears.
I really would like to be the guy behind right now. I know you don't say that very often, but when you're trying to manage tires, you can manage your time, your pace. You see him sliding his car around, you know that you're maybe managing that situation a little better. And this is that section that we saw Connor cut across, make up a lot of ground on.
No caution yet.
Does it again right there. The left side's all the way in the dirt. He's really quick from the entry of turn 19 to turn 1.
Ooh, they locked up the brakes.
He oversped the corner a little bit.
Sailor Moon is anime.
Right now.
The doors open. Back to the
And here comes Zilish. Zilish led that lap. But now he has smoke. I think it's a tire rub. Oh my god. But he takes the lead.
They're trying to crossover move. We see this often in turn 1, but he's not quite beside him. Zilish to the lead in turn 2. You almost have to follow through this little.
Do you watch NASCAR that much, or?
If he swings out wide, the fact that was rubbing though almost makes me think when he cuts through the dirt, did it bend the body down a little bit more? This section right here is so tricky.
It's continuing to run behind it. It's just at the end of the front straightaway when the car's under the most pressure.
Honestly, I thought Sailor Moon was a YouTuber. I genuinely thought that it was like a YouTuber's like username.
It's definitely concerning for that 88 teams to take a look.
You watch when you're with your dad.
The one thing though that the one car can learn by following is where's he better than me at? If he has enough time, he's gonna have 8 to go when you get back to the start finish line.
Or like a Twitch streamer or something. I don't know.
Driving away. He's able to stay with him, so kind of learn over the next couple of laps. He looks like he's going to try to get the inside of him here again.
Here comes the fucking Carson Quapple.
The one thing I don't like to see is Carson is really sliding the rear of that race car right now. And one of the things that being behind can allow you is just to be tighter. Just stay with him. You can reference up the car in front of you. You don't need to be sliding around. And
your father was a Darrell Waltrip fan? That's awesome, man.
Keep him in check. Pull everything down. Let those tires
He was,
going through the dirt, as you've noticed.
Darrell Waltrip was hated by a while by a lot of fans, you know? He was one of those guys where it was like if you were a fan of him, it was like you were one of the few who were a fan of him. People hated him for a while, but then he ended up kind of becoming popular. Ended up winning most popular driver one year. And then when he became a broadcaster, he was beloved by everyone.
It's because of the bumps. Once it starts to lock up, you won't realize it until it's too late.
The level of discipline it takes to be successful at this style of racing is off the charts. And we're seeing 2 young drivers that are delivering big time at the most critical.
Your father like Michael also. Oh shit! Wow, they're side by side for the lead. Oh shit! Wow. Zilish will keep the lead.
He's putting the pressure on. But when you block, you face the risk of the crossover. Zilish did a really good job of really overslowing the car right there.
Are you watching this race?
But the one's going to get into him right here and move him up the racetrack.
It's on the CW. I think that's channel 6 or something. Yeah, it's channel 6.
And giving Zilish something to think about.
You want him to make a mistake, Parker, but you got a guy in front of you that has
You're watching this race? Good.
experiences as anybody in the field. It's going to be hard to put over pressure.
Do you watch the Cup races?
Awesome battle amongst 2 young drivers.
Because I'll be live for the Cup race tomorrow. And just every week, pretty much. Unless I'm at the race.
He's seen it throughout this weekend, but he has put up a hell of a fight, been right there at the front with Zilish.
You watch Cup? That's good.
It's unbelievable to me that Zilish hasn't been able to get away. I thought that once he got clean air, maybe the balance of his car would be better and he could get away. As you see right here, Quapple getting to the inside.
Yeah, I stream every Cup race unless if I'm at the race, which is usually like 2 times a year.
Off camber, you see the pavement color actually changes, and the grip right there on that white asphalt, not near as good as it is on the darker.
You're more of a Cup guy. I mean, I am too, yeah, but I still love Xfinity and trucks, you know? They still got great racing. I mean, this is an amazing race right here.
Starting to drift just a little bit out front. We've hit 7 laps to go. Good time to
Adam, he's there. He's not drifting away. He's there.
He is so good through the S's. He gained a ton of time the last lap as well. That is where he is absolutely better than the 88 right now. It's through those S's, which could give him another shot in the 6A another time.
15 drivers going for Rookie of the Year. Likely the best rookie class in the history of the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Oh, you're a Ross Chastain fan? Yeah, that's awesome. I met Ross Chastain, actually, back in 2018. He's super awesome. And then I got to see him again in person back in 2022 in New Hampshire, like at a fan meetup.
And when you do that, your lap time slows down so much, somebody's going to have to warn them that there might be another player.
And remember, last year, it was the 17 car with a Cup driver
Like a Q&A thing.
that made the late rally and pulled into victory lane. Kyle Larson driving for Rick Hendrick last year. This year, it's William Byron. And as you said, he's very much in the game.
Do you usually watch, like...
6 laps to go.
I do watch the Daytona Talladega and Bristol races for Xfinity. Oh, I see. Do you usually watch every Cup race?
It has to be defensive to slow that down. Right there, didn't have a
Are you like a
And if I'm Connor Zilch, I'm
a diehard?
Right now. Why am I giving up so much time to Carson Quapple? Is it because he can follow him and reference off him a little bit? Is Connor being conservative through there to make sure he doesn't get a cut, and therefore it's giving Carson Quapple the opportunity?
I'll watch the Cup races.
To 6, but he's got a bit of a gap now that can now allow him to maybe stretch us out as Carson's lost a bit of time. Well, and if Carson's better through the S's, the fact that that gap is there, it's going to be even better because there's more air on that car. It'd be interesting to see.
Got 6 to go.
It does look like he's really good just through that section. Look at how much ground he's made up again, Parker.
If you're Zillich now, though, you got just a slight bit of margin for error, right? Because before one hiccup, and you knew you could.
Sometimes my CW does do more sports than Xfinity, so I watch whenever I can get. Oh. That would suck.
We have still 6 laps to go. That's a
Oh.
time at this racetrack. It's one lockup away.
Yeah, I don't know if...
And one thing I've noticed, we've seen that tire.
I mean, Zillich has damage, but he's also has a great car, and he's a great driver, and he's doing amazing at it. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off, but...
Sort of take it as opposed to if that was directly in the center of the tire, it could cut it down.
Sheldon's running 15th.
Out of the stadium section, from 18 to 19, up the hill to turn 20, and when they make the left-hander there, they'll come
You're in a market where NASCAR isn't too big, but people watch. I mean, I am too, but I haven't had an issue with the CW yet for the Xfinity races. If that does happen, that would fucking suck. I would find a way to watch, though. Find some illegal stream or some shit.
He's driving all the way through the field, doing everything he needs to do, but some physical moments cause damage, and I felt like right here, this may have ended his chance at victory.
Well, no doubt. You see the damage to that right front fender, and it, as Parker just mentioned, it seems like he's going to get away with that right now. I can tell you that he wants these laps to come down faster than anyone. No cautions. No cautions. He's rooting for the field to keep it clean. Right.
The first flag you want to make sure you see is the white.
Take a guess where I'm from? Yeah, I do know a website that does not. It's legal though. Oh, that does. It's legal though. Take a guess where you're from? Oh shit! Carson Quapple has a tire down. Carson Quapple has a tire down, and that will be it for his chances to win today's race at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Wow.
Maybe couldn't get the brake bias for enough back, whatever it was, but once you start to do that too often, it gets that flat spot and it just compounds and gets worse.
Wow.
As you do it, and now that right front has given up. The results won't show it, but he had a spectacular day in position to win.
Wow.
One of the best road
That's insane. Take a guess where you're from? I'm gonna guess you're from. Arkansas. You're from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
How closely these two have battled and what they've been doing to abuse that right front. Problems here for the one. Now, for the 88 of Connor Zillich.
I'm worried. If I'm the team, I'm telling him, hey, the one
Nah. Yeah, that was a random guess. Where are you from?
Let's take, if you got to get the brake bias.
No, I'll do one more guess. I'll do one more guess, yeah. I'll do one more guess and then tell me. You're from... You're from West Virginia.
his lap times didn't fall off near as much as some of the others.
He was 8/10 faster than basically anyone in the field in that last lap. He's got serious speed in the pocket.
Popple gets his service. He's going to exit pit road and find himself outside the top 25. So Connor Zillich is leading. You talked about the fact his advantage is over 4 seconds in front of second place William Byron. Byron, the runner-up in this race a couple of years ago, driving that 17 car. But some real good stories in the top 10 that we need to pay off. Behind Byron, it's been a day, it's been a weekend for Sam Mayer, a driver that is so good at this style of racing. They needed a good day because things did not go their way last Saturday evening at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And despite a few of the hiccups, here he is running third lane. Right behind him, another positive afternoon for Austin Hill. He led laps again, and the driver that won last Saturday night is in position for another top 5 here at Circuit of the Americas.
Really impressive day for Sam Mayer, considering when they looked yesterday. That car did not look in the racetrack whatsoever. We spoke to his team, and they felt like maybe, there were some things they could improve on, and Sam can help them do that. But this is the kind of day you want to see when you don't quite have the car. Get it in the top 5, sitting in third place. That would be a really successful day, considering when their weekend started over at Haas Factory Team, that 41 car.
So Hill is fourth in the 21, rounding out the top 5, another rookie. 54 of Taylor Gray.
Hey, if we look at his season as a whole, the results don't show it at every race, because he's been really competitive at a lot of different type tracks. I think to come away here, top 5, top 7 finish at a road course.
You're from Pikeville, Kentucky? That's cool. Forgot to ask who I support. Well, I'm a Sheldon Creed fan in the Xfinity series. And then in the Cup series, I'm a lifelong, since childhood, since I was like 7 years old, Kyle Busch fan.
Race leader Connor Zillich, all of a sudden not nervous for the 88. Hey, let's celebrate more rookies, because Christian Eckes, look at that race car. And he's in the 6th spot, doing exactly what he needed to do today.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be happy with a top 10 finish. He was really beating himself up yesterday in practice and qualifying, getting help from A.J. Allmendinger. He said he went back, studied. I said, where do you need to be better? And he looked at me and laughed. He said, everywhere. I need to be better in every part of this racetrack. But he was happy with his car, and I think he's going to be happy right here in the top 10.
Jesse Love leading laps today, the Daytona winner. Trying to check the box on another top 10 as we have movement for the top 5. There goes Eckes inside of Taylor Gray, running him wide at turn 20.
Yeah, and it's hard to save fuel when you've got Christian Eckes all over you, and now Jesse Love's going to be behind him, pressuring him. It's such a hard balance to lift and coast, and I saw him overshoot one of the corners. He did right there in turn 1. You see it looked like he wheel hopped a little bit. You tend to lift early, and then your braking points are all messed up. So then when you get on the brakes, you've not overslowed the car enough.
Chastain going to do double duty this weekend. His Cup win here came in 2022. First of 5 starts in the 9-car for Junior Motorsports.
Who would I cheer if KB retired? Well, Ross Chastain is my second favorite driver, so I would cheer on Ross Chastain. But if Brexton Busch, Kyle's son, who is like 9 years old right now, but like if he ever comes to the Cup Series, he will be the guy that I cheer on. But right now it's Ross Chastain for my second favorite driver.
If Blade wants that top 10, he's going to have to fight hard for it right here. William Smallage is all over him right now.
Got 2 to go.
Yeah, the one thing we've learned is just because you get to the
Looks like Connor Zillich has this win.
But Smallage has done a really good job. He has a little bit of road racing experience in the Arcus series, but we went down talking to his crew chief, Jeff Mendrain, earlier today. He's like, still has a little bit to learn, had never been to this racetrack.
You just want the white flag so you don't have any more restarts.
Coming to the white flag.
There it is.
White flag is in the air one more time around us. Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas.
Plenty of adversity in this race, but now he's less than a lap away from finishing the deal.
And one of the things I've noticed, his lap time dramatically slowed down. He got the message. He had a 4.5-second lead. He's let William Byron cut 2 seconds out of that almost.
Yeah, me either.
He still has a 2.
I love
Taylor Gray and Jesse Love go side by side to turn 1.
Connor Zillich. It's wild seeing drivers who are younger than me. It really is.
Taylor Gray
just doing good.
He's like, that's the only reason
spots that he has lost. Taylor Trey's going to feel really good about 7 if he can bring it home.
I mean, honestly, I would not be shocked if Connor wins tomorrow. I kind of would, but I wouldn't. In a way. Like, I'd be shocked that, like, it's his first race, and he'd be the, I think, maybe 3rd guy to ever win in his debut race. But, like, the kid's amazing. He really is. He's coming off the final turns. The sports books are afraid of him. If you look at the odds, the sports books are afraid of him.
He's dealt with the pressure quite well. Going to make his Cup debut.
He's coming around the final turns. He's coming around the final turns, and it looks like he's going to do it. Yep, Connor Zilisch is going to win his 2nd career win in the Xfinity Series. Connor Zilisch wins at Circuit of the Americas. My father says he sounds cool. Well, thank you, Father. I am drunk, so I guess I sound cool when I'm drunk. Drunk and high.
But it just doesn't matter. Nothing seems to phase this young man.
Mature beyond his years. Celebration coming. Junior Motorsports is now won 3 in a row on road courses. 2 of those courtesy of Connor Zilisch.
Safe like repaired, safe like replaced.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Can confirm. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free, and our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
So that was about a 33-minute and 55-second green flag run to end the race.
And schedule a replacement today.
David takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number 1, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good for me. Makes my day.
Prevagen, for your brain.
Introducing Mando whole body deodorant. Rather than covering up odor with heavy fragrances,
Connor Zilisch burning it down.
Before it starts. 72 hours later, and I still smell like I just stepped out of the shower. Thanks, Mando.
For the best deals, go to shopmando.com.
Looks like he has some damage. I mean,
Ace's new
I'm kind of shocked he won with all the damage he has.
Specific to your yard's needs. Delivered every season.
He had such a fast car, and he's so good.
Less weeds and fewer bugs.
I'm scared of him in the future, honestly.
Delivered to you from the helpful folks at Ace. You'll get everything you need at our best price each season, guaranteed. From our store to your front door. With service so good, it's guaranteed. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
What is that?
Dude is fucking 18 years old.
Music?
Dude is literally 18 years old. Here he comes, out of the car. Connor Zilisch, out of the car, on top of the car after winning at Circuit of the Americas.
Guys, you gotta see this.
One of 5 immersive worlds in Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Head & Shoulders Bare. Clinically proven dandruff protection with just 9 essential ingredients. No sulfates, no silicones, no dyes. Dandruff protection, minimal ingredients. Job done. Introducing 2 new Baja Chipotle.
Oh yeah, we're definitely crazy to do that.
Chipotle sauce. Listen.
But I think after this commercial,
Well, it's actually me talking, but you know what I mean. Find your fresh with the new
back.
Baja Chipotle collection at Subway.
Next Saturday,
Come on.
Justin Allgaier returns to Phoenix to defend his NASCAR Xfinity Series championship.
There's no words like that one.
The NASCAR
It's crazy,
Xfinity
man.
Series next Saturday, live from Phoenix at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific.
Victory celebrations well.
Did he burn it down too much?
Because for Connor Zilisch, this car has been put through its paces today. There were a lot of things that could have derailed this effort ultimately. Ultimately, obviously, the result is what you wanted. How did you stay focused and calm today despite all the things that were going on that put you back at first?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, that was way harder than I wanted it to be, and I did not drive a clean race at all, and sorry to everyone that I hit. I was kind of mentally
fucking
fogged halfway through that race, and glad we were able to fight back. This junior motorsports team gave me
this little boy right here is about to fuck up NASCAR, dude.
Thank you for coming on board. It's been such a fun weekend, but we got a big race tomorrow, so looking forward to that as well.
You took care of business today, but the Cup thing could have been a distraction this weekend. How do you stay so unflappable? That's been the term that's been used to describe you at just 18 years old. How do you do it?
Man, you just can't let the noise get to you. You got to keep doing your thing no matter what. Whether it's good talk or bad talk, you just got to keep doing it and prepare the same way, and the results will come. So I'm so grateful to have so many great people in my life. Everyone at Chevy, I wouldn't be in this position without them. Josh Wise, Scott Speed, my family for supporting me. It's been a long journey, but grateful to get this one today.
He's doing it for sure. Good time to be Connor Zilisch. Second career Xfinity win and his Cup debut tomorrow here at Cota.
Nice.
He was racing go-karts at age 12, 13.
Yeah, honestly,
he's been made for this.
I would be, but I wouldn't be shocked if he wins tomorrow. Like, I'd be shocked because, like, I'd be shocked because he's going up against so much competition, and it's his first race. He's 18 years old. You know, I would be incredibly shocked, but also at the same time, he's so good, so I wouldn't be shocked. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, I'd be like, my emotions would be so, like, twisted, you know? But,
it's all of those things combined that with speed gives us what
good for him, man.
today, which is so impressive.
That was some good shit. Thanks to Jaden for making a working scoreboard once again for this race. The leaderboard. He did great at that. And then, yeah, it was a great race today. Fun times. I will be live once again at 3:15 tomorrow for the Cup race. And yeah. Alrighty, bitches. I'm going to end this shit right here. I want to thank y'all for watching.